With the fourth pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State.
6 o'clock, good morning, live from the Circus Sports at the Mid-Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. There it is. The Titans select wide receiver Carnell Tate out of Ohio State with the fourth overall pick in the first round of the NFL Draft. Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, both still on the board, but quarterback Cam Ward gets a new target on offense in Tate, who caught 51 passes for 875 yards and 9 touchdowns in 2025. But then the Titans weren't done, making a late trade back into the first round with the Buffalo Bills, sending pick 35, 66, and 101 to the Bills for pick 31, 69, and 165. With the 31st pick, the Titans selected defensive end Keldrick Faulk out of Auburn, a third-team All-SEC performer in 2025. Faulk started all 12 games and tallied 29 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and had 30 pressures on the year. Fernando Mendoza went first overall to the Raiders, followed by David Bailey to the Jets, Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals, and Arvell Reese went fifth to the Giants to round out that top 5. Titans Radio's coverage of the NFL Draft continues tonight with rounds 2 and 3 starting right here on 104.5 The Zone at 6 o'clock. For all your foundation repair waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans involves. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Off and running on this Friday morning edition of Ramon and Will. Well. We spent weeks, months, and the final days talking about all the options. It was edge rusher. It was Jeremiah Love. It was linebacker. Mike Bergonzi said, nah, we'll take a receiver. Carnell Tate is a Tennessee Titan, but he's not the only Tennessee Titan that was added yesterday. Keldrick Faulk was added while maybe some of you had gone to sleep. You might have found out this morning. We've got full scouting reports on both of them. 615-737-1045 for your reaction. Crew's all here. Ramon Foster, Justin Hawkins, Will Bowling, streaming live on 1045 The Zone TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. 1 night now and 2 to go. And so far, gentlemen, the Titans may have provided the surprise of the draft. Immediate reaction, Ramon, to the Carnell Tate pick is what?
Mouth drop at the time. In the present when it happened, I didn't expect it. I was shocked by it, and we had a deeper conversation, I feel like, over the course of this week about that selection. But the way I look at it, too, is we saw what this team was trying to do with have as many veterans as they had signed in free agency on defense. That's the way I kind of looked at that. And remember, we had this conversation that I feel like the defense is going to lead and the offense to have the ability to grow up. Cam needed weapons. Cam has to find a pass catcher outside. I know everybody was happy with Wan'Dale Robinson, but not overly ecstatic about it. Well, guess what? This is one of those same situations in which you put yourself in a position where you're not needy moving forward. And I think that is with Carnell Tate and Keldrick Faulk as well, where you got 2 pups that can probably grow up as much as you need them to. I just personally, in the moment, didn't think they were going Carnell Tate. I'll be completely transparent with you about it. I didn't see it coming.
In a way, we were wrong and we were right at the same time. That if the Titans got on the clock with the 4th overall pick, the premium position player was going to win out. We just got the wrong premium position from the right school, from Ohio State. Arvell Reese was there on the board. He somehow falls to 5 with this entire process. Sonny Styles, Easton Freeze, had stood on the table, said that he is not going to be a Titan. He ended up being 100% right, that he was not in consideration at that spot. And so the Titans do get a premium position, what they believe is a number 1 wide receiver, but not at the spot that a lot of us thought that they were going to. Mm-hmm. The interesting thing for me, and I felt like, Ramon, we got back around to the Carnell Tate side of this discussion about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Going through this entire process was this. Carnell Tate fits the exact skill set that you were looking for in this NFL draft. You just had to spend major draft capital to get it. And here's the thing about the NFL draft. We are taking the test without all of the information, without all of the touch points. 2 meetings with Carnell Tate, including a 30 visit here in Nashville, one at the Combine as well, was what this organization had. Taking Carnell Tate at the 4th overall pick signals as well that he's quicker than his 40 time suggests on film. And we've talked with so many people who have confirmed, he's not a 4.53 guy on film in the way that he plays. But when you think about the vertical ability that Carnell Tate has to get vertical and win against man coverage, Carnell Tate had 6 receiving touchdowns on contested targets in 2025, tied for most among Power 4 receivers, according to PFF. A 150.5 passer rating when targeted, 8th in FBS, 11 deep catches for 453 deep yards. That was 6th among Power 4 receivers on deep targets down the field. That's what the Titans offense was lacking last year, and that's also what they needed to make Wan'Dale Robinson's life better. Stretch the field, create space for your technicians to operate underneath. That way there are not a ton of defenders around. It surprised me, but Ramon, yesterday we said we'd like 5 guys. And Carnell Tate was absolutely one of those 5 guys. I like the pick.
It does. But my thing, though, too, is this. Usually in situations in which the fans are split on it, it usually means that the pick was the right selection. And I'm not being tongue-in-cheek about that. It's just that we've said this before about this group, this group that's led by Mike Borgonzi as far as the draft and players acquisitions are going to with this team. You don't know what their plan is. You feel like this is a long-standing plan for them. That's kind of where I'm leaning as it pertains to next year's possibilities of Calvin Ridley not being here. You got an immediate guys in year 2 that can step up. I don't think anybody who's a fan of the Tennessee Titans will openly admit that they see Chimere Dike being your number 1 or your number 2, or Alec Ayumena for that matter as well. I think that in which they were, where they were drafted at as well as 4th round draft picks. It doesn't lend itself to allowing their pedigree to take over the number 1 spot. Carnell Tate gives you that. And again, the part that we talked about yesterday with Robert Ayers, who joined us too to talk about this too, the Ohio State effect of recent wide receivers, not just recent wide receivers, recent first-round draft picks at wide receivers. Nobody expected Jackson Smith and Jigba to step up the way he did. Emeka Buka, which you brought up, I feel, last night, stepped up in ways where they would allow a Hall of Famer, in my opinion, Mike Evans, walk. You look at each and every else one of those guys, they have answered the call. The scouting that this squad has been able to do and evaluate all his metrics, look at his tape. No, he's never been, as far as I see it, at number 1 guy at Ohio State, but he's made plays year in and year out. You want on this team, and the way I think this offense is going to be set up with Brian Dable, a possession pass catcher guy, somebody that can get open. I brought up the conversation yesterday, over this draft season. Who on this offense or this team you're scared of, you fear, you got a game plan for. Here's what I will say. Carnell Tate's got to build that up. I think he's going to come in with a reputation of, everybody looked at Jeremiah Love, and I don't think that's going to be just fully fair to him, because there's been a logjam of Ohio State wide receivers for years to come. This, to me, is a future planning pick as it pertains to what you see his potential being, the same as Keldric Faulk, in my personal opinion. And if you look at the way the positions are set, the premium spots, wide receivers get this salary that he's taking on at the number 4 overall pick. I know a lot of people on social media last night were talking about Jeremiah Love instantly gets $50 million guaranteed. Okay, well, all right. You don't have to say that about Carnell Tate.
Yeah, right.
The wide receiver position will feed itself. And here's the other part as well. This is a direct connection with Cam Ward and a young wide receiver that he can grow some chemistry with, figure out what type of grind and grit they have together. And this is where you start to build those pillars, which we've been stating for a while that this team needs to establish.
615-737-1045 is our number. Wide open for your thoughts throughout the morning. Brent Hubs will join us at 7:20. Brent Hubs, who covered a very close recruitment between Tennessee and Carnell Tate when he was in high school. So that is someone who will be a great resource to us to talk about him. And Tennessee was in the mix for Keldric Faulk when he was coming out of high school as well in the state of Alabama. So we could talk about that as well.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, though, about Carnell Tate real quick. The 4.53. Okay. We've discussed that before as far as the time goes. I'm saying that, well, he's slow. They're slow.
Are you concerned by that?
No. The average human, and I know this doesn't, really hit with a lot of people. They're like, shut up, you're making excuses. Well, I'm going to say it anyway. The average human runs like a 5.3.
If that.
That's what I'm saying. I'd
probably say a lot slower than that.
Yeah, like most people probably are 5.6.
I'd say like a 6 second.
Yeah. Seriously.
Maybe.
What I'm getting at is this. That 4.5, you might see it all the time with him. His ability to have quickness in and out of his routes. That's what you're banking on when it comes down to it. He's shown that he can get behind the defense as well. I stated this last night and just looking at this offense structure that Dable's kind of run in New York and other places too. Look at Josh Allen. This will be a play action, be able to get open type of offense to me when it comes down to how they're going to run this. I don't think you're going to have 4 straights down the line, the scrimmage, meaning down the field as far as like everybody get open for jump balls every single play. There is a method, I think, in how Brian Dable is going to be methodically moving the ball down the field, which suits Cam's game. And the one thing, too, when Cam gets off script, you have now guys, in my opinion, that can find themselves getting open because Lord knows Carnell Tate got wide open on the Tennessee Volunteers in that doggone playoff game.
And again,
I saw it.
I only care about the 40 time if that's what I see on the field.
Yeah.
Does Carnell Tate look like a 4.53 receiver to you when you watch him play for Ohio State? He doesn't to me. To me, he looks like a guy who had 6 receiving touchdowns on contested targets and had 11 catches on deep balls for 453 yards. I mean, the guy is a man coverage winner.
Yeah.
And we talked for months about how Cam Ward needed someone who could win one-on-one. He just is that player drafted earlier than I think a lot of folks thought that he was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about that with Malachi Fields, with Chris Bell, with a number of these big framed targets. To be fair, I know Mike Herndon made this point. I saw it on his Twitter earlier this week. Brian Dable didn't really go for the big power forward receiver. All of Brian Dable's receivers in New York were guys who could run. I still think Carnell Tate can run. And we talked about this last night on Titans Radio. There were so many teams last year who would walk everybody up to the line of scrimmage and play press man coverage last year against Cam Ward and the Titans. I saw it from the booth. I saw it from field level. And the Titans could not get separation against tight man coverage a season ago.
Yeah.
And even when they did get a little bit of separation, there was just something off for Cam Ward and his receivers on deep balls. Now you've got a guy who remedies that, and you have someone that makes those safeties step back just a little bit. And we'll see. Number 1 corners have to be wary of the ball over their heads.
They do.
That's the question I have, though, on Carnell Tate. Is he going to be able to have the same amount of success against number 1 corners?
Right.
And that's going to be always the question on him because we've not seen him do that yet in college. Have that elite separation against man cover number 1 corners. Seen him do it against a lot of really good number 2s.
Mm-hmm.
But against number 1s, what does that look like? We'll see. I'll tell you who's probably most happy about this might be Wan'Dale Robinson, to be quite honest with you.
Easily. It opens up the field for him.
It does.
He's like Carnell is a true outside guy who can play inside if you need him to.
100%.
This spaces the field with Calvin on the other side too. Like, to me personally, I think it's more than just a pick. It is a setup and balance of this offense as well, which has to be.
It is.
It has to be considered.
Yep. Keldric Faulk becomes a Titan with the number 31 pick. The Buffalo Bills were trading back through the evening last night as the Titans send 35, 66, and 101 to the Bills for 31, 69, and 165. We talked about Keldric Faulk a few weeks ago with Rhett as a perfect scheme fit for Robert Saleh. Ramon, Keldric Faulk was built in a lab to play for Robert Saleh, wasn't he? At 6'5", 274.
Yes, he was, man. When looking at his tape, too, this is what I like about him. He fits DeForest Buckner to a T almost. Probably just a little bit thinner, a little bit younger when you look at what he's going to turn into. This, to me, I'm not necessarily looking at Keldrick to be a day one starter. Maybe he does. He's got to grow up. I think he's got to get some strength. The reason just saying that, too, for me is looking at his tape. He's got to get some strength. He's got to get some knowledge. He has all of the tools, the measurables, and I think the will that you want. He still was a bright spot to me for a very bad Auburn team that he was playing with as well. And that, to me, is a tip of the cap to him and just the type of competitor he is in general. He takes on a run fine for a guy of his size. And, again, I think he could add 10 more pounds, and I think you'll see it, not this year, but over the course of his career, the way he gets stronger. He's got good bend. He fits Robert Saleh's, for me, 2019 San Francisco 49ers defense to a freaking T.
He's Eric Armstead.
When I heard it, the pick, yes, those are the two, DeForest Buckner and Eric Armstead.
He's a little smaller than Buckner.
Yeah, but
yes.
Buckner's 6'7",
right.
6'7". He's 6'7", like 270, I guess, too. Like,
Faulk's 274.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's 6'5", 274. I don't think he's putting on more weight.
No, he's not. Those two dudes, to me, is what I feel like catapulted Robert Saleh's style into the NFL, too, where he started going after these long lurches over the middle that can also play the edges as well.
And Buckner's 295.
He's 295.
Yeah,
okay,
so
there it is.
To me, he's John Franklin Myers.
He's JF, yeah.
He's John Franklin Myers. He's Eric Armstead. He's the long-limbed, run-stopping, edge-setting edge.
Yep.
Who can, with power, still get upfield.
And go to a 3 technique.
Right.
Like,
he was playing a 4-eye and a 0 for a lot of last season.
This will be fascinating for what it means for Femi Oladejo. I think Robert Saleh has shown his type. I think Femi's going to be given an opportunity for sure this year. But he needs a big spring, big summer, big camp when I look at the way Robert Saleh is building his guys up. Like, is it fair to say? Yes, I'll say it's fair to say that Robert Saleh has a type. And it's going to be fascinating to see what it continuously evolve into as the season go on, too. Who does he choose to use in these spots? But here's the other part, though, too. You can move Keldrick to a 3 and also still have Femi on the edge as well. So there's, like, answers to the test, and that's what you want from a defense is not be predictable.
Live for the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports Studio, Kentucky's largest sports book can now be found at Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs. 615-737-1045. Wide open for your thoughts on the picks as we give you the full scouting report on the 2 newest Tennessee Titans after this. Ramon Will, Friday morning draft edition of the program. 615-737-1045, the number. With 11-year NFL veteran involved for life, Ramon Foster, I'm Will Bowling. Load up the phone lines for your reaction at 615-737-1045. I've got money stats on both picks, Ramon.
Let's do it, man.
What do you want to start with?
Man, give me Keldrick Faulk.
Let's go Keldrick Faulk first. I like it.
Yeah.
This from Nick Whalen on Twitter yesterday about his deployment on the Auburn defensive line. None of these other edge prospects, he says, did what Keldrick Faulk had to do at Auburn. 2025 alignment outside the tackle. Cassius Howell, 100%. TJ Parker, 93%. R. Mason Thomas, 88%. Zion Young, 90%. David Bailey, Reuben Bain, 88 and 86%. Akeem Messidor, 84%. Malachi Lawrence, 84%. 60% of the time.
Wow.
Keldrick Faulk was aligned outside the tackle. Mm-hmm. Keldrick Faulk was moved everywhere on a good Auburn defense, an overall bad Auburn team, but a good Auburn defense. He's 88th percentile at missed tackle percentage. Does not miss tackles. He will come in right away, Ramon, and be a premier run stopper for your defensive line. I also tend to believe that despite the fact that he only had 2 sacks last season for Auburn and 30 total pressures, there is a lot of untapped potential.
It's so much.
In Keldrick Faulk, who is 20 years old and will turn 21 right before the season starts, right as the season starts in 2026. He was truly, Ramon, built in a lab to play a Robert Saleh 4-3 defense as a chess piece that can play inside or outside.
Yeah, no doubt. So my breakdown on him, man, is what you want out of a player who's selected in the first round. One, to your point, he's moldable. He's just still 20 years old and be 21 all of his year. He can't even go celebrate and pop a bottle right now, champagne. Is that about right? Like,
that is right.
I'd love to show him where the tequila or bourbon is, but he can't even do that. Heck, he's so young. He probably still on vodka crazy. But here we go. Never mind that, man. But he doesn't mind is what I have in here. He doesn't mind the physical and dirty work at all. If you watch his tape, he's in the line of scrimmage, to your point. He's taking on blockers and shedding them, too. He's got some of the longest arms that I feel like I've seen. I don't even know his wingspan or arm length just off top.
You're right on that. You want me to give it to you?
Please, if you'd be so kind.
34 and 3/8 inch arms.
Yeah, he's lurch out here.
He's 6'6".
He's scrubbing the ground with his knuckles, okay, respectfully. So you mentioned him playing outside of the tackles, too. Here's what I saw on this tape. He will play a tight 4 technique, which is right outside the tackle, or he's also good and okay with playing a 3 technique as well if you look at his tape. Again, I said it before, he's okay with the dirty work that you have to have. Not the fastest of an elite bunch as far as speed goes because, again, he's friggin' 6'5", almost 6'6". But he's an effective rusher. He has the size to continue to grow, uses his hands solid enough, and has to work very good with his long. I mean, he's worked really well for as long as he is with his leverage. And I said this again in my write-up. He's so young. Like at the start of the season, he's got low pad level when you watch him. He doesn't raise up very high. Production hasn't been that much, but you see what he can evolve into. When you're drafting at the back end of the first round, you're still looking at developmental with the idea that given a veteran group that he's around, better teaching, better technique, more strength, not more size, more strength. He has the ability to morph himself into a very good player. And the last part of mine was this, my summary of him. He's an angry player, and for his height and size, I love it. This was before the Titans had even taken him.
Yep.
I didn't have this on my radar, to be quite honest with you, with them taking him because they only had 1 first-round pick, and that was number 4, and I didn't think he was worthy of number 4.
I remember specifically when we talked about him on the show, we were like, oh, well, he's not really going to be slotted for the Titans, but here's a good player that would fit in Robert Saleh's defense.
Yeah.
And sure enough, here he is now in Robert Saleh's defense.
Yeah, low sack numbers is what I meant in there. My voice to text was terrible. Low sack numbers, but
2 sacks last year.
2 sacks, but again,
7 the year before.
The production and involvement on play-to-play is there. I don't want to just hit y'all with just watch the tape, but in watching his tape, you'll see the understanding of where you're drafting the potential for a guy like him.
I got a text from a buddy last night who is a huge Auburn fan, and his exact words were, 20 years old, and on any team but Auburn, he has 20-plus sacks last year.
That team was bad.
The defense was good.
Trash.
The defense was good. I mean, I have a hard time saying the defense was the problem, but yeah, I like it. I think it makes a lot of sense. Let's go to the phones. Wide open for your reaction to both picks. At 615-737-1045, Chris in Hermitage leads us off.
Morning, Chris.
What's up, guys? Hope y'all doing all right today.
We're good.
Thank y'all as always for taking my call. I was calling in because, I liked the picks last night. Obviously, I was on the love train hoping he would slide to us, but I thought the smoke around Arizona taking him was real, so it turned out to be. I know some people aren't as excited about Tate for the reasons y'all already mentioned, but one thing what I like the most about the pick is that I don't know if it's talked about enough, but especially when you're an not up and coming franchise, one that's rebuilding, you can't afford to miss on first round draft pick.
Yeah.
And I feel like Tate is a very safe pick. I feel like at worst case, he would end up being a really solid 2 for the Titans. Like, that's worst case scenario because he's really polished. He's mature. He's a good young man. He's obviously coming from wide receiver U.
Right.
But, of course, he still has a ceiling where he could blow up and be an awesome weapon for Cam and be a wide receiver 1, too. So, for that reasons, I like the pick a lot. And my favorite pick of the night was actually Keldric Faulk. I stayed up to watch the end of the draft and saw the Titans trade in, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm a Georgia fan and a college football
junkie, Yeah.
addict by heart, and so I follow Auburn. Like, I like to hate watch him every now and then. But Keldric Faulk is a real deal. That team was bad last year. He's an elevator, though. And by elevator, I mean, like, he gets dirty. Like you said, Ramon has an extremely high motor, really high motor. He's always around the football, and he's willing to do the work that frees up a lot of other people. If he develops the way that Salah and company want him to and learns the defense, which I believe he can, he's going to elevate everybody around him. Cedric Gay, Jeffrey Simmons' job gets easier. Everything on the defense will click a lot.
Go off, Chris.
I'm telling you right now, that dude he's for real. So, anybody questioning that trade up? No, Keldric Faulk is going to hit. Appreciate
that, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks for the call.
I'm going to just go and clock out. Chris did my job for me. Yeah, he was good at this, man.
Eric in Nashville is next. Good morning,
Chris.
Eric.
Morning, Eric.
Hey guys, good morning. I'm primarily calling, of course, to talk about the Titans, but 2 other little quick stories. I know y'all talk about it later. I got a kick out of last night. The whole thing involved with the Ravens had to be separated from the Steelers in the draft because they've been sitting together. It could have been a lot of, bad stuff.
I know.
And also the whole thing. And Howie Roseman struck again last night. A lot of people were saying they felt like he stuck it to both the Cowboys and the Steelers last night. And I know y'all will talk about that later. But guys, as far as the draft last night, I just think it definitely convinces me if Jeremiah Love had been available, the Titans would have picked him. I was totally surprised they took Carnell Tate because I, too, like a lot of people, I thought they were going to take Arvell Reese or Sonny Styles or even Caleb Downs. But definitely they got a weapon to help out Cam Ward. And also the trade, I did not expect that to move up. I know the pastor of my church is going to be happy. He's a big Auburn fan, so to get a guy like that, that's certainly going to help the team. But, guys, as far as later on in the Titans, do you still think there's a possibility they could draft a running back in later rounds? And also, I know this has nothing to do with the Titans, and you guys probably talk about this, Diego Pavia. Do you think he'll get drafted at all? Just, guys, your thoughts. Guys, y'all take care. It's always the place to talk to you. Tighten up, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, Eric.
Appreciate you, Big Eric. You get me going, I ain't going to lie to you.
2-minute penalty, Ramon Foster. Laughing at Diego Pavia. Laughing at a Diego Pavia mention. How dare you? Eric was asking you a question, and you just laughed. You laughed.
Eric, no, I love him, and I do mean that to the bottom of my heart. Like, I ain't got no time for that today. I just don't. I love Eric. Do Diego Pavia get drafted today? There's an
Not
opportunity.
today, no.
There's an opportunity, again, as a fellow undrafted myself, I say this, that Diego Pavia does get picked. He possesses a skill set that teams will love. Or, I'll be quite honest with you, he's such a camaraderie guy that teams gravitate to that. Heck, we're getting reports right now from Albert Breer about quarterbacks and GMs and head coaches in college loving each other.
Yeah,
so, right. Eric, you're not wrong in asking that question. Diego, in the last in the 7th round, I can see it happening. I'm being very professional and nice about this.
What was his question before that?
I'm on penalty. Hey, you dropped the flag.
2 minutes taunting.
Hey, 2 minutes taunting, man. Yeah, I'm going to go back in the corner
Justin,
real quick.
what was his question before that?
After this.
Oh, I was making a promo.
Oh, heck.
Oh, hell, man.
Your at the Pavia mention distracted me. I should be better than this. Running back, that's what it was. Could they go get a running back? They could. I don't see this as a super deep running back class. I do think there's some value there tonight when you look at guys like Mike Washington Jr. from Arkansas.
Yes.
And Emmett Johnson, the do-it-all guy from Nebraska. To me, it was really kind of love or bust at running back personally. Now, could they go get someone that they view more as a receiving back? I mean, could you go get one of the Penn State guys and Singleton or Allen? I think that would be a possibility, but that might not be till day 3. I think tonight, Ramon, and we'll talk a lot more about this as we go, I think you're most likely going for either an interior offensive lineman or an off-ball linebacker tonight.
I would expect so as well.
If you give me those two against the field, I would take those two.
You said interior. I got interior OL primary.
Interior offensive line or off-ball linebacker tonight.
I would even throw a secondary position in there.
Wouldn't shock me either.
Yeah, safety or corner as well. Yep. Yeah. Again, the kind of the way I see this, I feel like this group don't want to set themselves up so where one position makes them a failure, not like next year moving forward. You mentioned it on the break if you want to real quick, Will, about, looking at Calvin Ridley and looking at, who was it also that you brought up?
John Franklin Myers.
John Franklin Myers.
Yeah, the Titans kind of just got younger versions of Calvin Ridley and John Franklin Myers, and they also still have Calvin Ridley and John Franklin Myers. I think that's part of what I like about this is that you kind of already replaced those two guys, and John Franklin Myers just got here. Like, you're obviously not trying to run him out of town, but he is a player in his 30s. Calvin Ridley is a player in his 30s coming off of a major injury. Mm-hmm. I like the schematic fits. I like the system fits a lot for both players. Yeah. And I think both players, even at the low end of their evaluation, have really high floors in this scheme because of the way Carnell Tate fills a need for a vertical route runner and the way that Keldric Faulk is going to give you another John Franklin Myers and another chess piece to move around in this defense. At worst, Keldric Faulk is a really good run stopper on your defensive line.
No doubt.
I think he has the potential to be a lot more than that.
And those two guys at those positions as well, they got what I think is crucial for every locker room that's trying to build up, let's use this C word, culture. They got OGs in front of them, old guys that are seasoned vets that can teach them how to be pros. Calvin and Wandale, they can gravitate to Carnell Tate. And just looking at Keldrick and the defensive players he got on the other side, like, there's two things for this franchise that was satisfied last night. Cam got help. He's been wanting it. Y'all have been asking for it as a fan base. You guys have been begging to help Cam. It's just that you love Jeremiah Love, and I would ask you guys respect the player that Carnell Tate can be for your team by not trying to put a black cloud over this as well. That right there is just, that's unfair to him because he was the number 1 rated wide receiver by a lot of people in this group. The other side that you needed, Jeff got help. Y'all have been asking for that. I've been begging for this for Jeff. I hate to see great players not be able to maximize their own potential selfishly. And I think Keldrick, for a few years to come, while being with Jeffrey Simmons, has the ability to kind of lend himself an assistant right there.
Chris writes in on Twitter at Ramon Will and says, since the Rams took Ty Simpson, do you think that would make Arizona a potential trade partner for Will Levis? Maybe get a 4th-round pick, ? Yes, I do think that makes Arizona a fit for Will Levis. I do not think a 4th-round pick is what you would get in return. I think you're talking more like a pick swap that allows you to move up a little bit. And maybe that is a reason why you are okay with moving back as far as you did tonight, where you only now have 1 pick tonight on day 2, and you moved back in the 4th from the top of the 4th round to the 5th. That could be one way that you make up that gap a little bit is you move Will Levis to a team like Arizona, to a team like Pittsburgh, who comes out of last night also not getting Ty Simpson. So, I absolutely think that's on the table.
For sure. I do too. I thought last night was a solid draft for him. I do.
615-737-1045. Tim is in Mount Juliet up next. Good morning, Tim.
Hey, morning, guys. And, as I'm sitting here waiting for you guys to pick up my call, which I appreciate, I'm trying to calm down a little bit because I was yelling earlier and I was yelling last night. And I hate when fans come on here acting like they know more than the actual teams do. So I'm going to try not to do that. But if we're going to stay at 4 and pick a receiver who's clearly not worthy of a top 5 pick, why do we still have a player like Calvin Ridley on this team? I mean, we could have saved a lot of money by not having Calvin Ridley on this team. So, okay, we add another receiver who has high potential. He's capable of being a great number 2 wide receiver. Well, that's cool. We now have 5 or so number 2 wide receivers on the team, and we have 0 starting caliber centers or right guards on the team. So when Carnell Tate comes off the board and it's like, don't really love that, but, let's give it some time. Maybe at the top of the second, we're going to grab a good starting caliber right guard like Emmanuel Pregnon or Chase Bizantis, someone that's going to help Cam Ward not get killed all year like he was killed all last year. But no, we don't do that. We trade back up and get Keldrick Faulk, who could be a great player. But again, we're really just cementing the fact that the Titans, once again, even though it's a new staff, it's kind of the same. They just think they know better than everybody else. They think Cordell Volson or Austin Schlottman are starting caliber players, and no other NFL teams do. So I really hope it works out, and I hope we get a good guard or a center or someone that's going to help Cam Ward not get killed in the 3rd round. But we're really starting to push it by not having someone in the interior of the offensive line that can do the solid NFL job.
Sure. Thank you, Tim, for the call. Well, let's address all that here real quick. First and foremost, to your first point about why is Calvin Ridley still on the roster. Ramon, you need both.
Yeah.
And when Calvin Ridley got hurt last season, wasn't a lot left, was there?
There was nothing left, which led to Cam getting beat to crap.
I think that's first and foremost. And to say that he's not worthy of a top 5 pick, well, I think the Titans just proved that he was worthy of a top 5 pick. They took him top 5.
No doubt.
Your value is what someone is willing to pay for you in any job, in any market. And so his value was a top 5 pick. That's where they took him, quite literally. On that, in the offensive line part of it, Ramon, here's the thing. We've talked about this a ton. I can't guarantee you that they think Volson and Schlottman are their starters.
For sure.
They've got 2 more days to go find starters.
Absolutely.
Let's view the totality of the entire draft when the totality of the entire draft is over, because you can find starting caliber guards on days 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yes, you can.
Undrafted.
Patriots did it.
You played it for 11 years.
Yeah.
You can find a guard tonight or tomorrow who could start for you day 1 and be more than serviceable. Let's keep her powder dry.
I understand what you're saying, too, going to get Cam some help. Here's the thing about it. Jeremiah Love, and this is where my stance was on not taking him, didn't overly satisfy protecting Cam if you also are getting stopped at the line of scrimmage as well. So is that part, too? You mentioned, okay, they could have picked somebody else. Well, who else were you going to pick offensively that was going to lend itself to directly affecting Cam's production? A wide receiver, at least on the outside, Cam can play the hot game and get the ball out of his hands as fast as he needs to. When we're talking about the value of a running back versus a wide receiver, you set yourself up as well, Tim, to be in a position where you're not going into free agency next year and say, ooh, we want that guy again. You can go find another 2nd-round wide receiver for years to come. Like, this isn't, to me, a big-time, splash as it pertains to the 2026 season. This is a franchise settling draft with how it's gone as of late. We've watched this fan base want the most exciting guys in the draft, I feel like, almost every single year.
And they just got one.
And you just got one of those guys. I know some of you guys don't feel like he was worthy of the top five pick, Carnell Tate. I'll say this again. That's super unfair to him. He's got to be given the opportunity. I'll mention it again. We clamor over the guys that you love in the NFL. Justin Jefferson wasn't a top 10 pick. When you look at Jackson Smith and Jigba, wasn't a top 10 pick. When you look at the guys who are stars in this league, A.J. Brown, Antonio Brown, we want to go backwards. These guys have to also be pros and morph themselves into premium wide receivers as well, y'all.
If you don't love the Carnell Tate pick, I'm going to give you some stats that might persuade you coming up after this. What's up? It's Will Bowling. For over 50 years, Brentwood Jewelry has been proudly serving the Brentwood community with exceptional style and exceptional deals every day. Brentwood Jewelry is there when you've got to make a big purchase. They were there for me when I was getting an engagement ring for my fiance, and the process was so easy. It's always stressful when you're making big purchases, when you're finding that big engagement ring, when you're looking for that anniversary gift, that special gift for the special someone. And Brentwood Jewelry is going to take the stress out of it for you. As a family-owned and operated business spanning 3 generations, they're deeply rooted in the Middle Tennessee community. In a time that's imperative to support local, shop Brentwood Jewelry online at BrentwoodJewelry.com, located right in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Go by and see them at 7012 Church Street East. They're going to take care of you. You're going to be glad you did. BrentwoodJewelry.com, the website, 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day. Brentwood Jewelry for over 50 years. You've heard me talk about how Lee Company makes life better for homeowners, but did you know they do the same for their team? If you're looking for a rewarding career, Lee Company is hiring skilled tradespeople in HVAC, plumbing, electrical, sheet metal, and more. With 80 plus years in the business, Lee Company invests in its award-winning team with training, benefits, and real career growth. You can apply today at leecompany.com/careers. Hey, I love working with Lee Company here on the Zone because of how trusted of a company they are here in the Middle Tennessee area for so many years. Lee Company's got over 80 years of experience serving this area, trusted since 1944. They're available 24/7. They're a multi-award-winning great place to work, and they're also involved in our communities. You probably see the Lee Company logo or vehicles at Little League, high school sporting events, local events, sponsorships. Lee Company is all around us here in Middle Tennessee. And if you're interested in joining their team, head online to leecompany.com/careers. That's Lee Company, all you need. Open for your reaction on the phone, 615-737-1045, as Ramon Will continues. On Twitter, at Ramon Will, where you can write in as well. Mm-hmm. Adam Carter, Impact FP Data, Ramon, with some good news on Carnell Tate and the company that he is keeping as we evaluate him as a new Tennessee Titan. These are the only Power 4 wide receiver prospects since 2018 with a passer rating when targeted over 140, a contested catch rate over 68%, and a missed tackle rate over 20% in their best college season. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Carnell Tate.
Good group.
Passer rating when targeted over 140, contested catch rate over 68%, missed tackle rate over 20%. Since 2018, for Power 4 receivers in their best season, Carnell Tate, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. He is a dominant one-on-one, that's my ball receiver.
No doubt.
And I love that for Cam Ward.
No doubt. It's good. And again, Carnell Tate's got to get in the lab and work and shake this, right? Like, this is his opportunity here. Probably have to give him a year to figure out, can he ascend up to wide receiver 1? And that's why you draft all of this, every single bit of it, whether you was picking Fernando Mendoza, Arvell Reese, David Bailey, etc. One, all of them had their knocks in their game. If Carnell Tate, be real, Will, was a 4-4, would that settle everybody else on this pick?
Yeah, I think it probably would.
It would settle everybody else.
It probably
on this
would.
Pick. Now, if we look at a side-by-side of a 4-4 and a 4-5-4, whatever he ran at the time, I don't think there'd be much of a difference. The thing that's crucial for him is what he does as a position.
Mm-hmm.
He's a receiver.
Yep.
He catches the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I saw people, of course, putting videos together showing them being covered. Like, yeah, there's guys at Michigan that play good ball that would probably be first-round picks or draftable NFL corners.
Sure.
There's two sides of this game. Heck, at this point, Justin Jefferson still gets covered up as well. No pick is going to be perfect. I think we started this draft off by saying every player in this draft has a knock on them.
Of course.
We're looking
every
now.
Every player ever has a knock on him.
Arvell Reese slid to 5, and then I think some people would almost look at Mansour Delane being a reach at, 6 for Kansas City.
And that's Kansas City that did that, a team that has won a couple world championships recently.
Jordan Tyson could be a reach. Spencer Fano over Francis Mauigoa in Cleveland.
Blake Miller for the Detroit Lions at 17. Right tackle over Monroe Freeling, who fell to the Panthers.
Shocker of the first round to me, Caleb Banks, the first D tackle off the board.
He was 52nd on, I believe it was Daniel Jeremiah's board.
I don't think it's necessarily
and he went top 20.
A reach, per se, but nobody had him ranked that high.
He's 51st on Jeremiah's, 52nd on Brugler's.
And he went 16 to the Minnesota Vikings? I'm actually in real time.
That high. I believe it was 8, or it was around 20.
It was 18.
18, there you go.
He
went top 20.
He went top 20.
That's the biggest reach of the first round. There's no question about it. No question. I'll give you where these guys are ranked, because I going into this for Titans Radio, and I'll have this again for our coverage tonight. I've got where Daniel Jeremiah and Dane Brugler both had all of these guys ranked in my draft notes. Carnell Tate was number 6 on Daniel Jeremiah's top 150. He was number 10 in the Beast from Dane Brugler at The Athletic. So that was Tate.
Yeah.
And then Keldric Faulk is the one who really was good value for where the Titans got him at 31. Daniel Jeremiah was lower on Keldric Faulk, but still had him 29th on his big board.
Yeah.
Dane Brugler had Keldric Faulk as his number 15 player in the draft.
Did he really?
And the Tennessee Titans got him with pick 31.
I will say, too, the pre-draft conversation in Discord and just mocks, I think, have ruined this process.
How so?
It gives a false narrative into everybody being experts, and not a single person knows what the teams are thinking at all. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I hate that process of it.
Well,
it's necessary. It's very necessary.
Sure. And that's my problem with the consensus big board. That's a big website that people talk about this time of year. the amount of people with legitimate intel who are contributing to the consensus big board makes up maybe 2% of what is contributed to the consensus big board. So we create these ironclad narratives on a player's value. But a player's value is dictated by, again, what one team is willing to do to draft them. And in reality, what 32 teams believe that they are. And this is why, this is just a stance that you and I have in common. And just as people that watch football, why would I just pitch a fit or plan a Super Bowl parade when I don't have all the facts? We've got a lot of the facts. We've got the 40 times. We've talked with people. We know what they've said at the podium. We know all the numbers and what Coach Mack would say is the alphabet numbers that Rhett always has. Like, we got the alphabet numbers, and we still haven't sat in a room with these guys and looked them in the eye and talked about how they would fit in the system and understood talking to scouts, talking to coaches who are going to be honest with you. Coaches that'll tell you when a guy shouldn't be picked by you. Coaches that'll tell you, hey, you're going to love this kid. Like, we haven't done that, nor will we ever, because as many people as we talk to on and off the record about these prospects, we're still not privy to all the information that these teams have and the medical checks that these teams have. So why would I have a top 10% or bottom 10% opinion about something when I don't have all the details? And I'd say we're pretty plugged in to a lot of the details, and we're still never going to have all of them, nor is anyone. Anyway, there's my rant. There's my soapbox. Tristan's in Brentwood. What's up, Tristan?
Thank you for taking my call. I think Carnell Tate is a durable and also excellent route runner, and also I would have gone for Ione for pick 4 because that guy we would gotten check 2 things gotten our offensive line fixed, and I love the defensive end that we got, so we got one, Carnell Tate, I think was a reach. We could have gotten him at 5, 8 or 9, but if we had just gotten Ione, I think that guy, how many Super Bowls does Baltimore have compared to us? So we have 0 and Baltimore has 2.
Thank you for the call, Tristan. Appreciate the call. Still time to get some speed. But, yeah, I mean, Vega Ioane was not really going to be an option for you unless you trade it back. He said Ione. Vega Ioane. Who was as much of a Raven as Fernando Mendoza was a Raider going into last night. 615-737-1045, our number. Coming up, Steve Smith loved the Carnell Tate pick for the Titans. Former NFL receiver and NFL Network analyst. You'll hear from him coming up next.
7:03, good morning, live from the Circus Sports of the Mid-Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. The Tennessee Titans select wide receiver Carnell Tate out of Ohio State with the 4th overall pick in the first round of the NFL draft. Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles both still on the board, but quarterback Cam Ward gets a new target on offense in Tate, who caught 51 passes for 875 yards and 9 scores in 2025. But then the Titans weren't done, making a late trade back into the first round with the Buffalo Bills, sending pick 35, 66, and 101 to the Bills for pick 31, 69, and 165. With that 31st pick, the Titans selected defensive end Keldrick Faulk out of Auburn, a third-team All-SEC performer in 2025. Faulk started all 12 games, tallied 29 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and also had 30 pressures in the year. Fernando Mendoza went first overall to the Las Vegas Raiders, followed by David Bailey to the Jets, Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals, and Arvell Reese went 5th to the Giants to round out the top 5. Titans Radio's coverage of the NFL Draft continues tonight with rounds 2 and 3, starting at 6 o'clock right here on 104.5 The Zone. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Away we go into hour number 2 of your Friday morning edition of Ramon and Will. Crew's all here with loaded phone lines and chances for you to react to the Titans' first-round picks, plural, last night in the first round in Pittsburgh. Carnell Tate at 4, Keldrick Faulk at 31. Brent Hubs will join us coming up here in 15 minutes. We'll talk a little bit about Carnell Tate, who was very highly coveted by Tennessee football when he was coming out of high school, and then was very, how do I put this kindly, poorly covered in Tennessee's college football playoff game.
Yes, he was.
Against Ohio State. We'll talk to Brent about the 2 picks, his experience with those guys, and a little bit of hoops as well in the Tennessee transfer portal. It's what we love about Brent Hubs, Ramon.
Yeah.
Is that he's versatile.
Yes, he is.
And always the Friday of the draft, we don't move Brent Hubs out of his weekly spot because we know that he will have some kind of experience talking about the pick the Titans made, which check, and also the Vols who were still on the board because not a single Tennessee Volunteer was taken last night.
Absolutely not. I at least thought Colton Hood would jump up, but no, he did not at all. Jamar McCoy wasn't, who was trying to cover, I guess, Carnell Tate in that game as well, wasn't selected. The medical did affect whatever issues he had going on. In hindsight, I wonder if he and his camp thought they should have played now, not just for the basis of he'll be fine. I mean, and all of this is hindsight with how Jamar and his camp would process this.
Steve Smith on NFL Network last night, legendary NFL wide receiver and former Carolina Panther, loved the Titans pick of Carnell Tate. This was him last night on NFL Network.
For me, it has to be the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah,
with Cam Ward, because of what they have with Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley was a number 1 wide receiver, but time and age and just body of work can show you that he's not the guy, right? What do the Tennessee Titans need? They need a high-volume target, a technician, and a chain mover. That's on one of my mocks and talk about their offense, and then an alpha target.
Yep.
He's an alpha target. They need a go-to playmaker. Now they've gotten better. Right? Yeah. They got Wan'Dale Robinson. He can really kind of do a lot of things in the inside. That frees up Calvin Ridley to play as a number 2 and be successful. And Carnell Tate being the number 1 wide receiver, the alpha. Yep. And here's the thing. You know, I love this, David. Out of 600 snaps, 0 holding penalties in the run game.
Okay, let's go. He's going to block you.
Right? So
it's important.
Yes, right, but then when I watch Carnell Tate, early in his career, he allowed the ball to get up in his chest a little bit. Okay. Love evaluating. Now he's able to show you, hey, I'm going to catch the ball with my hands. I'm going to attack the football, long strider, and then catching the ball in traffic.
Yeah.
Why is that important? You got a young quarterback. who's now learning a new offense with Brian Daboll, who does a lot of shifts and motions and ships crossing in the night to confuse the defense. And now you got to have a guy who is not going to get like sometimes like you get when we have dinner or lunch. You know, you get those alligator arms. With the
when
check
the bill comes?
Not
me.
Right?
He knows that.
No, Carnell Tate is like, got it.
Steve Smith last night talking about new Titan Carnell Tate. Ramon, he led FBS Power 4 receivers with 6 touchdowns on contested targets. He is a man coverage beater, isn't he?
He'll go get her, man. And again, he's got the height, the size, the route running precision to go get the job done as well. Like you see him do these things on tape. And again, when you talk about being in an offense, and that's the other side though too, you got to draft specifically for what you're wanting to do and trying to make yourself. I'll throw this out there. It's just my personal opinion. Like I personally don't see KC Concepcion like fitting perfectly in the Cleveland Browns offense, you know? Like with what they probably going to maybe throwing the ball down the field, but it's such a 50-50 thing. And
he's kind of Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
For Todd Monken.
You kind of just, I don't know. But here's what I'm getting at as pertains to Carnell Tate, because that's the top of mind right there, though, too.
Sure.
This offense, I feel like when we finally see it, will be a play action, down the hill, out route, comebacks, crossing routes when you see them, and then occasionally down the field when you need them. Wan'Dale Robinson showed that a little bit last year in the Brian Daboll offense. When you look at the projection of Josh Allen, a lot of the stuff was within like 15 yards, and Carnell Tate possesses that ability to go get the ball, and not just that well, but the shorthandedness when it comes down to this game. This offense needs a bit of consistency. It needs to be methodical, and the way you go and get a guy like Carnell Tate lends itself to that, which is why I think it's super crucial to go get or still keep Calvin Ridley as well. I again reiterate that it's not just about him. It's about the entire group that you're asking to be put on the field, that you're putting on the field.
According to Matt Harmon of Reception Perception, Carnell Tate's 77% success rate against man coverage is the 7th best mark by any prospect since the 2021 draft class, beating some guys who went in the top 10. I like it. Thomas in Clarksville, up next on the phone. What's up, Thomas?
Hey, guys. Good to hear from you. I hadn't called in a while. I'm a Buckeye in Clarksville, so I called mess with you guys a little bit right before the Tennessee-Ohio State game when we were joking back and forth about the flag football joke. Man, I just want to say everybody knows his numbers. They've watched his career at Ohio State. So you see what he became after he started college. Ramon, did you have reasons other than just your personal goals to become an NFL player for 10 years and to do it great? I mean, you had your family, your friends, everybody that stood behind you and pushed you through high school. So that was all part of your goals, right? You wanted to make all those guys proud.
Absolutely.
What we don't see for Carnell Tate is all those intangibles that he brings to the team. Everybody no one's talked about it, but do you remember what happened to the young man right at the beginning of his collegiate career? And he didn't fall off a map. He didn't give up. He actually got stronger and became better when his mother was murdered.
Crazy.
I mean, this kid played in
sad
huge
story.
games and never once wavered and actually got stronger. To bring in a young man like that, I think is something awesome for any team, but I'm glad to see him here in the state. So I just wanted to touch on that. I mean, the guy's got fortitude and a mental toughness that any team would want I would. So that was all I wanted to touch on, guys. Y'all
Appreciate
been great.
that, Thomas. Now you got you a Buckeye down here you can come and cheer for, Thomas. Look at that.
Carnell Tate, born and raised in Chicago, growing up on the west side in the Garfield Park neighborhood. And according to the Beast and Dane Brugler, his mother was killed at 40 years old in a drive-by shooting in July of 2023. And his mom, Ashley Griggs, was his best friend. Really, really sad.
That's
really sad.
tough. Yeah, I don't even want to go too much further and trying to sell you on that. It's just that look at the individual that you're bringing into the building.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Ryan's in Nashville. Next up, before we get to Brent Hubs on the other side. What's up, Ryan?
What's up, Ryan?
Hey, how y'all doing, man?
Good morning.
Good morning. I just want to let y'all know, man, I've been listening. I'm first time caller, first off, and I've only been listening for about maybe 5 to 6 months. But I just want to let y'all know, man, y'all done an awesome job as far as the draft coverage goes. So, of course, we're going to have everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of Titans fans mad because we chose Carnell Tate.
Right.
But I'm going to say this. We got Cameron Ward last year as number 1 pick. Calvin really fell off, with injuries, and we didn't have no weaponry. So, once Jeremiah Love came off the board as far as an offensive player, and we picked Carnell Tate, why should we be mad?
Yeah.
One thing I did not want was an offensive guard or even an edge as our first pick. I wanted a weapon. We got a weapon. And, again, we got somebody that came from a big school that has made phenomenal catches in his college career. So, again, I just want to let y'all know, man, if people are mad, y'all have gave more than enough insight to this draft and how it could go, would go, what are the best options. And, again, Carnell Tate was one of you guys' best options. So, hey, keep going, doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all do a wonderful job, and this is the only radio station that I listen to morning, night, noon, whatever, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, Ryan. And don't be just a one-time caller. Call back anytime.
Yeah, Ryan.
Appreciate you.
Man, I see you up in Clarksville sometimes.
Absolutely. That's right.
Information is what you're supposed to get. Whatever all these dudes do with their careers is up to them. Like looking at John Franklin Myers, like legitimately, what he does as a Tennessee Titan is on him. What Cam does in his career moving forward as well is on him as well. Like the information has to be poured out.
The fun starts when the draft is made, when the pick is made. The process begins. It doesn't end. It starts.
Yeah.
It's up to these guys how they deal with where they were picked and make the most of it.
No doubt about it, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear more calls. But Hubs on the other side of this thing, though.
Brent Hubs coming up after this.
It's Ramon Foster for Two Rivers 4, man. First and foremost, I just got to give a shout out to the entire crew over there, man. They're just really good. I'm talking about from the sales team to the service department to the folks that I deal with, from Tammy to Matthew to the Barkett family, just all above board, man. Just authentic, good people and a great business to go and spend some of your hard-earned coins with, man. But I'll tell you this, when you go to their dealership, well, let's say you research online like I like to do sometimes, the price that you see online is what will be on the lot as well. I've gone to other lots or had situations where I say, yeah, this is what I want to buy and pay for, and they switch up the price. You know what I do? I leave, okay? And you should too, because those types of things right there just aren't right. But I'll tell you this doesn't happen at Two Rivers Ford, not even a little bit. At Two Rivers Ford, the price you see online is the price that you pay. Everything is transparent and upfront. No bait and switch, no funny business at all. Just honest pricing from a family-owned dealership. There's a reason Two Rivers Ford has been Middle Tennessee's award-winning Ford dealer for decades, and that's over 4 of them. Local, honest, real. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
Ramon Will on 104.5 The Zone. It is a great day to be alive on a gorgeous Friday morning in Nashville, Tennessee. Ramon Foster and Will Bowling. Pleased to be joined by our good friend Brent Hubs of VolQuest on 3 on a great morning in Knoxville, Tennessee. What's up, Brent? Good morning.
Hubs?
Hi, what's going on, guys? Ramon, is that song on your playlist, my friend?
Man, I promise you it is. I'll send you my country playlist right now from Apple iTunes Hub. You'll be delighted.
It's not on your playlist. Come on, man. We're making stuff up on a Friday morning. Come on, man.
I love Travis Tritt.
Hey, listen, we got enough stuff that's been made up over the past week about NFL prospects out there, okay? We don't need to be making up what's on your playlist.
This is true.
I'll tell you what, Brent, we've done a really good job on the 90s stuff. Ramon's come a really long way with that. I did have to tell him who Ella Langley was the other day, though, which I was surprised that he'd made it through just hearing 1 second of country radio without hearing Ella Langley recently.
No idea, okay? Had no idea.
He must be listening to the old country on his Apple.
I'm telling you.
Apple deal.
And that's okay.
He's not listening to the crowd. It's okay. We're good. I'm good with you, Ramon. You've come a million miles, my friend. A million miles.
Listen, I'm doing what I can to make sure that we're well-rounded show. My level of like social, awareness and skills is up as well. Like the one I really love is little Eric Church. Smoke a little smoke, man. You know what I'm saying? From time to time.
Okay.
I might do that with Ron Slay on the back porch, man, with a little cigar this weekend, Hubs. You'll be proud of me.
I've seen Ron Slay. He doesn't smoke little cigars.
You know your guy.
That's right. That's
I know my guy.
You know your guy.
Brent Hubs of VolQuest with us. So, Brent, we do this every year with you, the Friday of the draft, talking about your experience covering some of the new Titans, the new NFL prospects, and obviously we'll get to the Vols who weren't selected last night as well with some surprises there. But Carnell Tate had some very public recruitments from the Tennessee fan base, from the Tennessee coaching staff, and now he is a Tennessee Titan. He was just destined to finally play football in the Volunteer State. What was your first experience like getting to know Carnell, his skill set, and what stood out to you about his college career at wide receiver?
Well, I mean, it starts before that. You go back to his time at IMG Academy, and that's where Tennessee first got involved with Carnell Tate coming out of high school, and they were one of the finalists in the hunt for him, and were swinging hard there. And I remember talking to him when he was at IMG Academy. There's a lot of things he liked about Tennessee. It always felt like that was going to ultimately be Ohio State because he was from Chicago, and it felt like it would end up being Ohio State. But he was polite and nice to deal with in the recruiting process, and a fun guy who, obviously had a skill set that a lot of people felt like was going to be an instant impact guy at the college level. You felt like he was sort of ready-made to be a receiver, really polished, really consistent for a high school player. And then he goes to Ohio State and obviously deals with the tragedy and the loss of his mom in a drive-by shooting in Chicago when he was a freshman at Ohio State. And man, it was, he and his mom were so close. I remember talking to him when he was, at IMG Academy. And one of the things that stood out about why Ohio State was likely going to be a destination was the proximity to Chicago and his mom, because he was so close to his mom. And a really, really hard time for him. The Ohio State people really rallied around him and really embraced him, and he became a part of that family and obviously had early success there. There was talk that he was going to go in the portal, perhaps, for his last year, and certainly Tennessee would have been very interested had he ever become a part of the portal. But those rumors never turned into anything, significant. He wanted to stay there and finish his career as a Buckeye, and I think in part because of how Ohio State handled and treated him, and the support system they put around him when he lost his mom. I think that was really something that Carnell Tate will always appreciate, will always remember, and was certainly a big deal for his growth and development on and off the field at Ohio State.
Brent, we had Robert Ayers on the show yesterday, and he made the point in that playoff game against Ohio State, like, our plan was to take away Jeremiah Smith, and then, we can deal with this guy, and they could not deal with that guy. Thinking back to that game in Columbus where the Ohio State offense just kind of had whatever they wanted against a really good Tennessee defense. So what stood out to you about Tate on that night and the plays he was able to make?
Well, I think it was the way that Chip Kelly used him. and what they did with him. There was, a lot of motion stuff that really got Tennessee moving, got Tennessee behind the play, a lot of shallow cross stuff. And, a lot of the stuff they did with Carnell in that game was on the move. It almost played him, they did play him a lot as a slot receiver and got him in some good matchups. And, I mean, it was one of those deals where when Tennessee lined up, they're like, okay, we're going to take away Jeremiah Smith. We got to have some safety help over the top. And it was going to leave one-on-one stuff at the second level. And Tennessee couldn't cover Carnell Tate with a star position. They couldn't cover him with a linebacker. They couldn't handle him in zone. And, I think that was part Carnell Tate's talent and consistency, but you got to give Chip Kelly a ton of credit for what he did schematically that night because, he really went to work on Tennessee on the underneath stuff and got Tennessee in a lot of bad trailing positions with guys who didn't need to be trying to trail Carnell Tate and the other wide receivers. They did a great job with motions that night against Tennessee. I mean, a great job.
Joined by Brent Hubs of All Question on 3 this morning, talking a little draft, talking a little Vols, a little bit of everything. Hubs, when you look at Carnell's Tate pathway, he's a 3-and-done type of guy. The way you viewed him coming out of IMG and his recruitment, did you see this in his future that he'd also turn that to a top 5 pick at this point in his career too? Because 3 flat, Hubs, takes a lot of talent to get that out of a guy.
I don't know that I would have said he was a top 5 pick. You never know what the draft's going to look like when somebody comes out and what somebody's needs are. I mean, did I think he was a 4-year player in college? I mean, no, I don't think he thought he was a 4-year player in college. This was his path and in his mind all the way through and what he would do. There are 5 stars, and then there are 5 stars that you think are can't-miss guys. And Carnell Tate was perceived as a can't-miss 5-star coming out of high school, out of IMG Academy. And so, I think this was always the plan in his mind, was to be a guy who was, heading to the draft after 3 years. And the thing that Carnell Tate has done is he's been a very consistent player. And I know there's a lot of talk, and there's been a lot of talk about, well, he wasn't the best receiver on his team and that type of thing. And listen, Jeremiah Smith he may go number 1 overall next year. Probably not because of a quarterback, but he's going to go high because, he would have gotten drafted high last year, where after his freshman year. He's that kind of player. Carnell's a guy who catches the ball consistently. He runs good routes. He was going to go high in the draft last night. Did he go higher than I thought he would? Yes. Did I think a team like if the Titans wanted him, could they have traded back a couple of spots like we saw a lot of teams last night do and maybe get him? Sure. He was always going to be a guy who was coming off the board in the first 10, 12 picks at the latest. But I think most people thought he would be a top 10. And he's, of the wide receivers that were in the draft, most polished and the safest pick. And I don't mean that as a negative, but I think that there's injury concerns with the other top receivers in the draft and those types of things. And all Carnell Tate has done his entire career is produce and be productive. And there's something to be said about that when you move to the next level.
No doubt about it. That's the other part of the question I want to ask you as well. The NFL draft is a lot of projection and reaching potential. Keldric Faulk was also drafted by the Titans last night. Auburn standout edge rusher. Hubs, what was this recruiting process like, and what did you evaluate him during his time at Ohio State?
You mean at Auburn?
I said Ohio State. I can get Carnell off my mind at this point. Yeah.
He's from the state of Alabama. He was originally going to go to Florida State and committed there, and then decommitted and became a part of Hugh Freeze's deal. And a loyal guy who stayed for 3 years at Auburn, which was probably a surprise in the world that we live in. I think, could have been a little bit more consistent, with his game when you look at his production. But, listen, man, for his 3 years at Auburn, there wasn't much consistency going on down there either. So, a productive player. And again, and you said it best, there's so much about potential. And it's about what a team's looking for and kind of who they fall in love with. What's funny is, everybody's fallen in love with somebody, and that's it's like a coach gets there on a recruiting signing day press conference. They got everybody they wanted, right? They wanted everybody. They didn't settle for a soul. It's the same thing with the NFL draft, right? With the exception of maybe what Sean McVay did for the Rams last night, because that one looks awkward. But anyway, I mean, everybody else, it's people that they like, right? Did the draft go exactly how every team thought it was going to go in the first round last night? It did not. Did they get their, quote, number one choice? Maybe not, but they got somebody that they liked. The Titans obviously thought really highly of Faulk, and to the point that they traded back into the first round to be able to get him. And, Jeffrey Simmons needs help. I don't know that he's an impact guy from day one on all three downs, but maybe he's a third down specialist who could help you. Cam Ward needs help. Needed offensive help in some way, whether it was a receiver or a running back. And obviously the Titans felt like they needed offensive help first and foremost. And while everybody else was projecting defensive player, they felt like they needed an offensive player. And I'm not knocking anybody who does a mock draft, because there's 787 mocks out there. So you can get somebody, you can have one that has somebody in every position, if you will. But there seems to be a few more curveballs being thrown at some of these mock people by some NFL guys, because the mocks are not as accurate, it doesn't feel like, the last couple years as they once were for whatever reason. So I think maybe some NFL executives are being a little more secretive with who they like and who they don't like. They're playing a few more games out there, it feels like.
So true.
Definitely.
So true. Oh, yeah. Well, if that's the case, moving to the Vols then. Hubs, Nate Ament declared for the NBA draft. What does that mean for the Vols basketball team and recruitment, and also still recruiting of him if he chooses to come back?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all the focus is on Juke Harris, the transfer from Wake Forest, who also is going to go through the draft process, I think. But, I mean, he's not projected to be a lottery pick by anybody. Michigan, North Carolina, Tennessee, that's where Tennessee's trying to get done and trying to get to the finish line with him. And they would love to get something done in the next few days, as opposed to have that thing drag out all the way through the month of May. Obviously, NBA players have till midnight today to declare, and then they can pull their name out as late as May the 27th. I don't think Nate Ament's going to pull his name out. I mean, you heard Rick Barnes yesterday in his press conference. He basically was like, he has to go. He's crazy if he doesn't go. Again, same thing with mocks, right? I've seen Nate Ament mocked from as high as 8, and I've seen him mocked in the second round. Here's where Tennessee is. Tennessee has people in their program who have great ties to the NBA, who spent a long time in the NBA. And I think Tennessee can do a great job of getting accurate research on where things are and not get caught up in the mocks. And based on Rick Barnes' comment yesterday, it feels like the feedback that they have gotten, not through the media, but through their direct conversations with NBA people, is that Nate Ament's going to be a solid lottery pick, going somewhere between probably 8 and 12, maybe 8 and 14. And as Rick Barnes said yesterday, he needs to go. And because why would you not go at that point in time? There's some thought, hey, if you're 14th, you can come back for a year and then you could go in the top 5 in the next draft and make more money that way. I just think that the encouragement around Nate's team has been, listen, this is the plan all along. You're where you need to be. Go get drafted and let's start your career. So I don't think Nate will wishy-wash on it unless just something crazy happens. It feels like there's not really any shot that he's going to pull himself out of the draft unless just something crazy happens here over the next couple of weeks.
Brent, we talk so much about runs on positions in the NFL draft. When one goes, a lot goes. There could be a run on Vols players tonight with Colton Hood and Jermod McCoy still available. Chris Brazzell expected to hear his name called soon. You probably go Josh Josephs after that as well. On the Jermod McCoy stuff, I know you've spoken about it and Austin answered it with us on Tuesday. How surprised were you to see some of that injury info come out so late in the game? I wondered maybe if somebody was trying to get him to fall to them in the first round. Maybe that's still true just in the second round, but how surprised are you to see him still available?
Well, I'm surprised, and I think the result is that the injury thing, I guess, with the other knee that has popped up here late, is a real thing. Is a red flag for people for sure. I was at Pro Day when Jermod McCoy ran his sub 4.4, and there were some NFL people just in casual conversation was like, "Yeah, he should be done for the day." Like, he doesn't need to go through any other drills. All we needed to see was him run without a limp, run a good time. He's done all that. That's it. He's good. He doesn't need to show anything else. And then you get 10 days out from the draft, and a rumor starts to circulate that there's an issue with the other knee, and there's a medical deal there. And you're like, yeah, okay, that's posturing. But then you watched the draft last night, and certainly there's some concerns about, the other knee and not just the ACL. I don't think this is a situation where everybody is like, well, he didn't play last year and he should have played, because there was too much buzz at Pro Day with people that said, we've seen what we need to see with the 40 time. And so I think it's a medical thing with him. I don't think it's a lack of playing last year. I think it's whatever that they found on visits with him, with the medical part of it. The Colton Hood thing is a bit surprising. That position never hit last night in the draft. And it's weird because the position that did hit was the offensive line. Because, everybody that you thought was going to go in almost the first 2 rounds on the offensive line seemingly is off the board. Like, all the tackles are gone off the draft board, the highly regarded. You knew the highest regarded ones, but there were some people that you thought were going to be second-round picks at offensive tackle. They're off the board because that was the position that hit the run last night for whatever reasons, based on need or whatever teams were looking for. There was a real run on offensive linemen. We'll see when the run, picks back up. I thought last night when the kid from LSU came off the board so early, I thought, boy, that's good for Tennessee's 2 prospects, because there's going to be teams in the back half of the first round after pick 12 or so that are really going to be looking for defensive backs, and some of those teams ended up going a different direction. I know Colton Hood liked the Cowboys liked him. But when the Cowboys moved up to get Caleb Downs, which I think is a great pick by the Cowboys, by the way, their second pick, they weren't going to go another defensive back. They weren't going to take 2 DBs in the first round. Yeah. So that one didn't make any sense. The surprise to me was the San Diego State kid getting picked over McCoy and Hood by the Dolphins. That was kind of when you look at like what DB move surprises you. That was the one that surprised me, because I thought both Tennessee players would have been ahead of him on everybody's draft board.
He is Brent Hubs of All Quested on 3 Fridays at 7:20 here on the show. Like these players we talk about in the draft, versatile, a chess piece we can move around to draft coverage on any given Friday as well. Brent, we appreciate you as always. Thanks so much.
Hey, real quick.
Hey, did you just call me a pawn?
You're the king.
He did. No, he did. He sure did, Hubs. Get your...
I'm Ramon, I think he just sacrificed me on live radio here, man.
I
leave for 2 weeks.
Started. Just go right up there and just get him whacked out so we can open up the board.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Happened, Ramon?
It did just happen. I'm glad. Listen, see what happens when he missed 2 weekends in a row.
Yeah.
See what happens.
That's right.
Hey, Hubs.
That's what happens when you spend 2 weeks on those pedal carts downtown in your bachelor party. Right?
I'm picking up what you putting down, man. Man's losing focus out here, Hubs.
All right.
Hubs, real quick. I asked Austin on Tuesday, man. I just got to ask you, too. Who's Duval's starting quarterback?
Go work on your playlist. I'll talk to you now.
Thank you, Brent. Appreciate you.
See you guys.
Brent Hubs with us. Presented by Ascend Federal Credit Union, your financial partner for every stage of life. The best of the best. Best of the best.
Well, ain't no paddle tearing guy, man.
Says who?
You little Nashville hussy. You little Nashville hussy.
Paddle not a bad time. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do one last weekend, but I should have. That would have been a good idea.
It'd be a good day. Today you better get it in if you out of town. It's gonna rain.
I don't think Titans Radio would like that before day 2 of our draft coverage.
No.
Tonight's for the real sickos.
I was talking about the generals, like general Nashville visitors. Go get your paddle time.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
No, not you.
I was like, no, we've got more radio to do tonight.
You got to work with me.
You're not getting rid of me that easy.
Well, Hubs tried to.
Yeah, you did.
Just saying.
Coming up, I know a couple of you wanted to get in on the phone before we had Brent. You can hop back in, 615-737-1045. Let's look around the rest of the draft as well. What was the biggest surprise to you of round one? We'll talk about that after this.
This is a different court, Blair.
Same result, Slay.
Oh, okay, Blair. See, that's Tyler Tanner. See, Tyler Tanner's in the house now.
Let's see what you got. Jerry's out, Blair.
Blair, come on. Okay, Blair, just come sit down. Come on, Blair, stop. You're going to get hurt. Blair, get off the court. That's enough.
What's the verdict, Blair?
The courtroom is where I play ball.
Boy, Durham, injury law. And that ain't got no rules.
I know who this is.
Who is it?
Leanne Rhymes.
You are so close. Keep trying.
Leanne Rhymes?
I love this song. I'm something of an Ella fella myself. This is
Mm.
Langley. Ella Langley.
Ella Langley. Only Langleys I know is Josh Langley from Ripley, Tennessee.
All right, we're good. 615-737-1045 is the number if you want to jump in. That was in honor of Keldrick Faulk. Ella Langley, Auburn Tiger.
Oh, is she? I really don't like her now. She's friends with Babs.
We don't like ourselves.
Are we? No, I'll play. Babs, you know my dog. You're my dog. Hey, shout out to Travis, too, last night. He came through the draft party, man. Travis Harder. Yeah, I know, but like Travis, shout out to Travis this morning, okay? Jeez, man. Shout out to my dog. He came through, man. Dapped me up in a solid way, man. Cool stuff, man. Absolutely love it.
Oh, the YouTube stream missed me singing Ella Langley. I'm sure they hate the.
They didn't miss anything. The radio heard you.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yes,
Technology.
It did.
What have we got?
That's all right. Doing most of Nashville a favor anyway. Let's go to Mike in Nashville next up. What's up, Mike?
What up, Mike?
Hey, gentlemen, how you guys doing?
We're great. Good morning.
Great. So I kind of wanted Love to be there. I thought he was, the best offensive weapon all around that could help Cam. But when he got chosen, I was really excited that we still kind of kept with the philosophy of getting Cam the best offensive weapon. We talked last week and all talking about if he can just have another offensive weapon. He doesn't play hero ball as much, which I think is going to be awesome. But is there any chance, I know we need help in a ton of other places, is there any chance that we could do something crazy like the Lions? Could we go receiver again? Could we do something and take the worst receiving room in the NFL last year? It felt like it. It literally, I don't know if it was statly, but it felt like it. And flip it around in one offseason and one draft and make it a top 5 NFL receiving room. If we got Boston or took another receiving option, bro, we would be deadly. We don't even have to worry about offensive line because he can just get it out in 2 seconds every time. He just get it out in 2 seconds.
Like 7-on-7 ball out here, Mike.
So you guys, kind of answer that. Like, do you think there's any chance that we go offensive weapon, receiver again? Because our backfield is good.
Sure.
And I look forward to that.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
That, Mike.
I do not. I do not think there is a strong possibility you take a receiver again. I do think you could take a tight end or a running back. I think that's certainly on the table, but I would be very surprised. And Denzel Boston, to your point, like since the Titans traded up with Buffalo, they are not in the neighborhood to draft Denzel Boston unless Denzel Boston something crazy.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna push back a little bit because I feel like I'm listening to what Hubs kind of said. Like this draft is a foundation builder.
It is.
It's get.
I won't argue with that.
Quality starters. So with what happened last night, and I know my reaction was it was mouth drop. I didn't expect it, and I feel like that's exactly where Borgonzi wants you at, or this team. I ain't gonna just say him. It's Coach Salah's squad.
Sure, they're just. The need at interior offensive line and off-ball linebacker and corner and tight end and running back, now that it is addressed.
Yeah.
It's what we've talked about for a while now, and we said it yesterday. You already have a lot of young day 3 draft pick wide receivers that I'd rather see develop who are already on the team versus going to get more of them.
For sure. Yeah. It's, again, the layout of this draft is all over the board to me still.
So
guard
it's interesting.
Is important, though.
Guard's 100%.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I'm most confident they're going to do. If I had to guess, I think they do it tonight and go get a right guard or a center who can play right guard and somebody that can cover both those spots. We're kind of learning Mike Borgonzi's tendencies and the way this is going to work for this front office this year. Because last year was different with the number 1 overall pick. We knew it was Cam Ward for weeks, for months. Everyone did. That's not exactly breaking news, but this was the first time where we were going to learn, all right, how do the whispers line up with what actually happens? How off the radar is he going to go with this pick based off of what people are saying? And of all the insiders who talked about the Titans pick, all of them in uniform pivoted to Sonny Styles, except for Easton Freeze locally. I'll give him a tip of the cap with that. And Dan Graziano is the only one
Oh, yeah. As far as Sonny goes. Yeah.
Dan Graziano is the only one who mentioned wide receiver as an option at 4. Of the 150 people who did Jim Wyatt's mock draft, Chris Johnson was the only one who said Carnell Tate. We're learning with Mike Borgonzi to expect the unexpected, and I don't think there's really anything wrong with that.
And that's why I'm going into the second and third. Well, at this point, just second round pick and
third round pick.
Yeah,
they don't have a second.
Essentially saying, he could pick what he feels like is best for next year and the years after. I do think it's pertinent that they find a guard.
Yeah.
But to your point, you can find that in the 4th.
Yeah.
Or sign a free agent that's still available to you.
That's true. A lot of options. Jared in Mount Juliet up next. What's up, Jared?
What's up, Jared?
Hey, guys. How's it going? Good morning.
We're good. Good morning.
I actually was just thinking and was calling in for, actually, was about draft economy. And I love kind of what Borgonzi's been doing. I know we were all expecting, kind of to your point just a second ago, we were all expecting an edge rusher. None of us were expecting that wide receiver at 4. But, I mean, if you're talking about contract economy, it's a great pick. If he ends up being great, that's really good value for a wide receiver. It's going to be your ex guy. And the same thing with Keldrick Faulk kind of later in the first round too. We all thought, he'd still be available early in the second tonight, but now you get him at a premium, you lock in that first round pick. He's got the 5th-year option available if he ends up being good. You've had that flexibility in there to not pay him an extra year. So I think what he's done so far is really open that window into contention. I'm not going to say into, we're, it's Super Bowl level roster yet, but like we're starting to build the pieces together to where we can actually be a contender and fight for the AFC South. And then we'll make those steps, but really excited to see what he's doing here. So completely agree and kind of love what he's been doing. Sucks to not have that second rounder, but you've essentially got the guy already.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for the call,
No doubt. Appreciate that, Jared. Draft economy. That was a great way to kind of phrase up what this one was for me. Like, what are you needing to set up your society of the Tennessee Titans, I guess? Read the room is kind of the way I'm looking at this one. It's not a right now decision on Carnell or Keldrick Faulk to me. Like, the production is going to be necessary. They got to answer the bell because they're first-round draft picks. Where and how high it goes, that is the development of Robert Saleh and Ryan Dable. And also Cam. Not just Cam, but like the offense.
Sure.
Every good team, we just said on break, got 2 studs at wide receiver. Like, and if you look at Carnell Tate being a part of this, whether he's your 1 or you draft over him, he's your 2. You still need him in today's NFL.
You have a guy now on offense.
Yeah, Puka Nacua and Devontae working together.
Well, you have a go-to guy now. Yeah.
You do, yes.
Right. Biggest surprise the first round, Ty Simpson for you?
No, it was Caleb Banks.
Yeah. 18 to the Vikings.
We've been hearing rumors of Ty Simpson. Jeremy Fowler camp, don't be shocked. Like,
and we've said for weeks.
Dan Orlovsky.
That's the ceiling for Ty Simpson is 13 to the LA Rams.
Dan Orlovsky. A lot of people owe him an apology this morning. He was one of the first ones. Jeremy Fowler confirmed it. But, like, Dan Orlovsky got his contract and seemed like he's back to doing football things, man. But Caleb Banks wasn't on a top first-round radar anywhere to me, and I love him as a player.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I think Caleb Banks, who was number 51 on Daniel Jeremiah's board, going 18 to the Minnesota Vikings. I think Chris Johnson was a little bit of a surprise. To Hubs' point, going above Colton Hood, that surprised me for a guy with shorter arms, and he can run, but not as much of a big school guy, hasn't played that top talent quite as much. So that surprised me a little bit. I thought Blake Miller, the right tackle going to the Detroit Lions, was a pretty big surprise too, considering the other tackles, namely Monroe Freeling, who were on the board. And he is a right tackle at 6'6", 317, and that moves Penei Sewell over to the left side.
That's what I was just thinking. Penei's going to the left. I want to see how he shifts his hips and his stance.
Yeah.
I think he's capable because I've done it before, though. But, like, I do want to see what it's going to look like. He's had years at right tackle.
Yeah, he sure has. 615-737-1045. Coming up, the one stat that defines why Carnell Tate is a good pick by the Tennessee Titans after this.
Once a year in the spring, Genesis Diamonds does something incredible, y'all. It's a 3-day massive store-wide sale with savings up to 35%, and it's happening. I'm talking about today through Sunday. So you can go ahead and mark your calendars if you don't go over today, man. If you've been around here for a while, you know what a big deal this is, too. Exclusive jewelry designers fly in just for this with trunk loads of all new trendy design jewelry from New York and California. The staff at Genesis knows they can break all the rules at this event. Big savings on rings, earrings, pendants, bands, bracelets, just case after case of mind-blowing deals. During this event, you can also take advantage of extra discounts on natural diamonds and lab-grown diamonds as well. So you can build the ring of your dreams and save like never before. Colored gemstones are also included. Designer fashion, one-of-a-kind engagement ring mountings. This is a once-a-year spring store-wide sale with special financing available to you. 3 days, up to 35% off store-wide. And if you're getting engaged this year, celebrating a milestone, or just want to add something amazing to your jewelry collection, this is a sale you cannot miss. It's today, Saturday, and Sunday of this week only at Genesis Diamonds. They're located in Green Hills and Cool Springs.
8:04. Good morning, live from the Circus Sports at the Mid-Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. The Tennessee Titans select wide receiver Carnell Tate out of Ohio State with the 4th overall pick in the first round of the NFL draft. Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles both were still on the board, but quarterback Cam Ward will get a new target on offense in Tate, who caught 51 passes for 875 yards and 9 touchdowns in 2025. But then the Titans weren't done, making a late trade back into the first round with the Buffalo Bills, sending pick 35, 66, and 101 to the Bills for pick 31, 69, and 165. With that 31st pick, the Titans selected defensive end Keldrick Faulk out of Auburn, a third-team All-SEC performer in 2025. Faulk started all 12 games, tallied 29 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and had 30 pressures. Fernando Mendoza went first overall to the Raiders, followed by David Bailey to the Jets, Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals, and Arvell Reese went to the 5th to the Giants to round out that top 5. Tune into tonight's Titans Radio. Continue coverage of the NFL Draft with rounds 2 and 3 starting at 6 o'clock right here on 104.5 The Zone. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Hour number 3, second half of the show on Ramon and Will. Wide open for the next hour for your thoughts. 615-737-1045. What do you think? Carnell Tate and Keldrick Faulk are Tennessee Titans. Later tonight, someone else, we think, will become a Tennessee Titan. I don't know. They could trade all their picks for a bag of footballs. They're not going to do that.
No, they wouldn't.
It's about the one thing we can rule out after last night. He is Ramon Foster, Justin Hawkins at the controls, myself, Will Bowling, at Ramon and Will on Twitter. Or you can vote on how you feel about the pick of Carnell Tate. 21% of you love it, 44% of you like it, 24% don't like it, and 11% hate it.
Who's the loudest in this conversation right here, Will? I mean,
we've heard a lot of everything, to be quite honest with you.
We really have. That, to me, I'll be quite honest with you, is a little bit of balance, man, when you look at this one, man. This is a guy that you needed, and you hate to be in a position of need, which is why I also think you took him as well when it boils down to how you build a team. I think consistently the teams that make the Super Bowls are the teams that are constantly knocking at the door. And it can be in a position to constantly knock at the door. You got to have talent. Those guys got to be on your team. You can't just say, I'm going to buy a championship. I watched the Jacksonville Jaguars have a monstrous defense, try to buy a defense. Yeah. I've seen the Cleveland Browns do it time and time again. We watch free agency and teams win free agency. The teams that really make it are the teams that are built and constructed and got foundational pieces. Whether you like this pick at 4 or you're taking them at 9, you got a talented player. And as his career is up to him and the coaching staff to try to see if he can facilitate themselves into justifying this number 4th overall pick.
I'd put myself in like it on both of these. And as a rule, I don't allow myself to get above like it or don't like it.
Yeah.
There are times where you love a pick. There are times where you feel like you really hate a pick, but in quite honesty, we just don't know. We really don't.
No.
Even the biggest experts don't have a huge hit rate on this and swing and miss. John Lynch drafted Trey Lance. It happens. And you get evaluations wrong, and sometimes you crush them. And I think Carnell Tate is a really good football player who is a really good fit for what the Tennessee Titans needed at wide receiver. We mentioned before the break, there's one stat that I think defines exactly why he was the pick. Read this at ESPN.com late last night. He averaged 32.5 yards per touchdown, Ramon, last season. 32.5 yards per touchdown with 5 scores of 40 or more yards. Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
Does that sound like someone with 4.53 speed? Because it doesn't to me.
He can pull off.
I don't think you need 4.3 speed always when you have the contested catch ability that Carnell Tate does have. But even without that, Ramon, I don't see a 4.53 player when I watch Carnell Tate play for Ohio State. I just see a dang good wide receiver who knows how to go up and catch the ball and creates explosive plays. check and check for what the Titans needed in this draft at wide receiver. They just kind of got all those qualities before a lot of us expected them to, using it with the 4th pick instead of the 35th pick.
No doubt about it. And there have been better prospects that have come out in NFL drafts and crashed and burned. Now, again, picking in the top 5 has high expectations. This group, we think, with what we know about them, because they don't tell us a whole lot when it comes down to the Titans talking publicly about what they're leaning towards. Because if you looked at the combine, you'd have thought Robert Saleh's want all defense, and he's going for it in the top 5 pick. I think the main storyline that led into everybody's, I guess I'll speak for myself, surprise about the Carnell Tate pick was the experts, the folks that are the insiders that speak to folks that are close to the Titans or other GMs in other cities, stated that if the Titans didn't get Jeremiah Love, they would go Reese or Bailey. Arvell Reese was there, and they passed on him like John Stockton would, okay?
That's the biggest surprise to me, is that they passed on Reese.
Yeah. So.
Not shocking, but surprising.
Yeah, because that was the main conversation about, 8-10 days ago was, hey, Arizona's serious about Jeremiah Love.
Less than that, like 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah. And you're just thinking to yourself, okay, well, why? And what do you do? Well, Arvell Reese will be there, or David Bailey would be, or Sonny Styles for that matter as well. And that, to me, I think was the shocker of the pick, is they chose to go with a premium position that the league covets. Jerry Jones last night is now okay with talking to George Pickens' agent. Now, like every team needs a guy, and they need 2 good ones if you're trying to be a Super Bowl contender. Is the way I look at it.
Yeah. Did you see what Brett Veach said last night?
No.
GM of the Chiefs? Let me pull this up specifically, because I thought it was interesting the way he spoke about Mansour Delane, who ended up obviously being their pick. But he made the statement saying, once Carnell Tate was off the board, Mansour Delane was our guy.
Really?
I think the Titans stole Carnell Tate from Kansas City. Now, Kansas City was at 9. Obviously, they traded up to 6. But, yeah, Chase Snyder, the one who tweeted this out, Kansas City guy, from a Sports Radio 810 WHB tweet from Brett Veach's press conference last night on why they moved up to get Mansour Delane, said, quote, once Tate left, that kind of solidified our decision there for Mansour Delane.
Get out of here.
You very rarely hear general managers and team executives admit that there was someone ahead of the guy that they ended up drafting on their board.
That says a lot. Well, no. Does it make you feel better that Patrick wanted?
Well, I don't care about Patrick. I don't care about what Brett Veach wanted.
I know, but legitimately, like if they had taken him there, that would have been the conversation. It's a great pick for the Kansas City Chiefs, who also need a lot of wide receiver help.
Andy in Clarksville, next up on the phone. What's up, Andy?
Yeah, so the one other stat that with Tate that I noticed, and I'm driving, so I can't look up who tweeted this, but he had 0 drops on uncontested catches, so he doesn't have the drop seat, which is another good thing for a Titans wide receiver. But so I watched the draft. I've got Hulu Live, so there's about a 45-second delay. So if I'm on Twitter, I'm going to see the pick ahead of time. But the one person who was way ahead of everybody else was Jordan Schultz. And he had on his tweet, he tweeted out, which is now deleted, that Buffalo was going to pick Faulk at 31 before the trade. And as soon as I saw that tweet, I'm like, oh, and then I see another tweet that goes, there's a trade, Titans and Bills. So if they wanted Faulk, they had to do it then. He wasn't going to be around in the second round. So I'm glad they made the pick. I'm in the like category as well for both of them. I think they're going to have the potential to be good players. And Faulk, he's only 20 years old. That's only 5 years older than my son. Man, I'm old.
Hey, welcome to the club, Andy.
Appreciate the call. I'm not 100%, and I don't see that tweet from Jordan Schultz. And I mean, he could have tweeted that and then deleted it, obviously, and changed it. I wonder though if he saw that Faulk was the pick and just didn't see that it was already traded before the pick was made. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that, actually. That's exactly what happened. He said the Bills with the 31st pick select Keldrick Faulk, and then somebody commented, you mean the Titans? And then he deleted it.
I think it was
sent
just a
the
typo.
Same exact tweet, just put the Titans instead of the Bills.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure the Bills were going to take him. I think if the Bills were in the edge rusher market, they would have stuck and picked Or at least they like someone on day 2. But
that's all they do is take young edge rushers. Like they just
they always have a stable.
They do.
Always have a stable.
They never miss a moment.
We'll go rapid fire on the phones when we come back. 615-737-1045. Brian, Chase, and Cousin P are on deck. I thought Trevor Sikkema and Connor Rogers from the NFL Stock Exchange did a great breakdown on Keldrick Faulk, which I think you're also going to like, about the Titans' second-round pick last night. We'll hear from them on Faulk as well, coming up next.
It's Ramon for Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Letting you know, nobody likes dealing with these type of issues, whether they're plumbing, HVAC, or electrical around your house. Most of the time, you don't know what it will cost you or if it'll get fixed right. Or if somebody's trying to sell you something you do not need. When you reach out to Hiller, their experts are going to solve your problems quickly. And the price you're told is the price that you'll actually pay with no hidden fees or surprises on your bill. Hiller's been in business also for over 35 years and a family owned and operated. Their techs are very professional, experienced, and trustworthy, and they're all background and drug screened as well. When they're on their way, you'll receive a photo of the tech and a link to track them in real time, so you're not sitting around wasting your time. Their motto is, and they truly believe it, happy you'll be or the service is free. If you're not satisfied with the work that Hiller does around your home, or they don't complete it the way you need to, they'll just try to do all they can to fix it, or just simply say, here's your money back, wipe their hands, and you're good to go. To learn more about Hiller or to book with them like I do, head over to happyhiller.com.
Ramon Will, 104.5 The Zone. Hour number 3 continues with Ramon Foster. I am Will Bowling. Open for your reaction. What do you think? 615-737-1045. Your thoughts on the Titans' first-round picks, plural. Chase in Columbia leads us off. Good morning, Chase.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Good.
We're good. Good morning.
I'm in the love category. I really am. I am sick. I've told all my Titan friends for 20 years this franchise does not value wide receivers. So I got no problem taking Tate at 4. And for all my friends who were like, this is Corey Davis 2.0, no way. Corey Davis played at a directional school. He was a project. This kid was IHG, right? 5-star. Look at the Ohio State track record for receivers. He doesn't drop, like you said, he doesn't drop the ball. His stats he's just a good, solid receiver, and I really love the pick. And then Faulk, I'm an Auburn fan. Yeah, 2 sacks, but 30 pressures. Don't forget that. Yeah. 30 pressures, and he admitted last night like he just had a hard time getting the quarterback on the ground. He also saw more double teams. 2 years ago, that dude was a beast.
Yeah.
And he saw more double teams. So anyway, I love the Tate pick. Like, I don't care, 4, 9, whatever. Get Cam a weapon that we have not been serious about receiver for so long. So I love it, guys.
No doubt about it, Brian.
Thanks.
Chris?
Thank you, Chase.
Jeez.
Appreciate the call.
I'm running everywhere.
You got it on the third try. It's all right.
I did get it right.
We've
My
talked
bad,
into a lot
Chase.
of microphones the
My
last
son's middle name is
48
Chase. What am I doing here, man?
Can we, since Chase wanted to talk about Faulk, we'll get right back to the calls. I want to hear from Trevor Sikkema and Connor Rogers. NFL Stock Exchange, a great show. Obviously, we had Trevor on the show yesterday, and so did Buck after us. They really like Keldric Faulk, and I think especially where they got him at 31, that was value for a player that I'm not sure people expected to fall as far as he did. This was Trevor Sikkema followed by Connor Rogers on the NFL Stock Exchange.
He's strong as an ox, and he's got a much better first step than you would expect. Anytime that's the case for a guy who's 6'6", 280, 285, I can understand people wanting to believe in him.
I'll be honest, after watching him this summer and then just writing in all the info in my spreadsheet, I was expecting to be really disappointed with the tape, that he didn't take the jump that I wanted him to take. I thought the tape was phenomenal. Him turning 21 during his rookie season and already being 6'6", 288, he's the guy that some coach or a scout is going to beg their GM to take in the top 10, and I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah.
Top 10 for Keldric Faulk.
It was all across the board with his talent. Because again, I think when you look at like this is also the other part of it as well, where like guys are staying longer in college. Like this young fella is coming out earlier. He's going to be just 21 all of this rookie year as well. Like I remember an era in which coaches loved the 20-year-olds. You can mold them. You can teach them more. You can.
It's rarer now.
It's more rare now. And I think we've kind of just changed our viewpoint on how we see these guys coming out of college. There's still the development and projection side of this as well.
He will be Traden Stukes' age as he's getting his second contract.
Get out of here.
Traden Stukes is one of the top prospects on the board tonight.
Wow.
I mean, not to say that Traden Stukes is a bad pick either, because I think he's going to make a lot of money playing nickel in the NFL, but just as an illustration of the difference in age there and the difference in the way that's going to work with the second contract.
I can fully admit, me at 21 was a totally different player at 26. Like, that's what you're also going to ask.
Think of how people are as humans.
I don't even want to go that route. People are unrealistic about themselves. I was always mature at 19 and 20. Shit. In the words of Robert Walsh.
I remember, I always felt like you change more between like 21 and 25.
Yeah.
Than like any other 5-year span in your life.
You do, and that's
people say that all the time.
Like, and there's a lot of factors that go into the success of these guys. To one, do they possess the talent? Yes, they do. And no matter if you got Jeremiah Love or Carnell Tate or did not get Keldric Faulk at all, it's on the coaches as well to facilitate success for these guys. You told me on the break, like they got different plans for Francis Mauigoa up in Detroit or up in, with the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants are going to play Arvell Reese at inside linebacker and Francis Mauigoa at guard.
You got to find ways to put these guys into successful positions.
That's a different kind of crash out that's happening today. Of like, what do you mean he's going to play guard? What do you mean he's an inside linebacker?
Yeah.
Let's go to Cousin P in Nashville. What's up, P?
What's up, P?
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been a minute.
Yes.
So a couple points I want to touch on. First, I think I can't say all, but a lot of us are definitely surprised that we didn't go defense, especially with Coach Salah. I can't pronounce his name right.
You got it, Salah.
Salah.
All right, Salah. Especially with him and his defensive mind and his, defensive background, I was definitely shocked that we didn't. And it kind of makes me wonder how much of a decision that, was his last night versus more of a Berganzi, kind of a takeover. It kind of has me, thinking maybe he didn't have as much say. I could be wrong, but that was one thing that kind of threw me off a little bit was, what was his opinion about it, or what would have been his opinion, and if it was more or less. It always seems as a Titans fan, guys, that we're one draft pick away from getting the guy we want. We've done this a few times where, we just seem to be a pick behind a team that has maybe the same need or the same player that they want. So that part of it kind of sucks. I don't know if you guys kind of can see that, but for me, that really does suck. And I'll say this, I really feel, and we all know that everybody, all teams, all fans have that one player, right, in the first round that they want. So I wonder how Kansas City fans are feeling today. I'm sure they probably expected us to go defense as well, knowing what we need. So I kind of feel like, man, they're probably on their radio shows are calling and saying, dang it, the Titans grabbed the guy that we truly wanted. That makes me feel good knowing Kansas City that, they're suffering. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm happy that they're suffering.
There you go.
Because, you know what I mean?
No
but
doubt.
anyway, guys, hey, love you always, man.
Appreciate you.
Man. I'll hang up and listen, man.
Thank you, Cousin P.
Call back more often, man. What you doing out here being astray?
I'll say this, though. There are plenty of examples of a team not getting the guy they'd prefer and getting a better player.
No doubt.
I know Caleb Williams just came off a really bad year, but you think Texans fans are super mad they had to settle for C.J. Stroud because they won a game late in the season? We talked about it this week. Yeah. The one guy who picked Carnell Tate in Jim Wyatt's mock draft. I wanted Rashard Mendenhall. We settled for Chris Johnson. No disrespect to Rashard Mendenhall. It was a good back, but he didn't run for 2K.
No.
The job is not to just make the pick. The job is to make it work with who you pick. Yeah. And that's where I think us as fans, the draft is such a big process, Ramon, that we feel like everything is set in stone when a pick is made. You put the right coaching staff around a player, you put the right support system around a player, it's more than half the battle.
No doubt.
And so, would I have liked to see Jeremiah Love be a Tennessee Titan? Of course. Am I happy that the Titans still got the best weapon available for them to pick? Yes, I am. Was it surprising? Absolutely it was. But this was one of the options that we felt like was a legitimate choice, wouldn't have been mad about it. And I'm sitting here today, Ramon, and I'm consistent. I'm not mad about it whatsoever.
It's in hindsight, it's fascinating. Cousin P, love you to death, man. Continue to call in and voice your opinions as well. But, the conversation always been, a pick behind where you were. But, there was great feelings on the Arizona Cardinals win, on how that unfolded last year. And winning is huge. Cam Ward wanted that game. So you can't be mad about the not that you are mad, but you can't be upset about the results of what happened in the draft when the draft and the season are two separate stories as well about not being able to get Jeremiah Love. Who's to also say with the way this draft is kind of unfolded that they were actually going to go get Jeremiah Love?
That's a good point.
Again, Tony Pollard's not cut on this team. They signed free agents running backs as well. I know it don't matter in the end game, but because you can cut players in the NFL, but don't be upset with the two different seasons that have happened because you were happy about the Arizona Cardinals win in the regular season last year.
Mike Washington Jr. will be sitting there probably at 69. You can still take a running back tonight.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Let's go to the phone. Brian in Clarksville is next. Good morning, Brian.
What's up, Brian?
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing?
We're good, man. Good morning.
Hey, real quick. I was on Carnell Tate from the get-go. That was my guy.
Stop. Show me a tweet, Brian.
Hey, ask Mike. Ask Mike from Cleveland.
Okay.
I promise you.
Okay.
But no, and Justin Mello said it this morning, or he tweeted on it. Chris Sims was talking about how Carnell Tate was a reach, and then in bringing up the whole, not being the number one receiver on his team. Justin Jefferson and wasn't the number one on his team either.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah, no doubt.
Also, I don't know if y'all saw it, but the guy Scoob trying to jump on Keldric Faulk's back when he went over into the pit. We got to get that guy under control.
No.
Thank you, Brian.
Go look. Titans tweeted it out. There's a video, and you see Scoob put on the chain, and it looked like he was trying to jump on his back.
We going to put an adult leash on him. It's official, Brian. Brian, if you see him walking around Titans practice with a backpack leash on, that's the reason why.
Backpack leash is crazy.
Hey, we got to get that guy under control.
We putting a leash on him right now. Appreciate that nugget, Brian. Enjoy your weekend. I now believe you about Carnell Tate. I now believe you. We putting an adult leash on him. We gonna snatch that mask off like we did with Batman.
Yeah, as soon as he came off the stage, you went down to the fans.
I'm doing it.
And the Titans social media team recorded a video, and he just was like jumping on a tree.
I haven't seen it.
It don't matter.
Is it on Twitter?
I believe it. I believe it is a lot.
On the Titans page.
You ain't even got to find it for me no more, Will. I believe it. I'm going to Amazon right now. Adult leashes.
You talking about like those leashes you wear like a backpack
that you gonna put on baby T-Hawk. Yes. Yes. The ones you see in the mall.
This video is not on Twitter.
I'm putting the leash. I wouldn't either.
I saw it earlier.
You
it's
did?
It's not there. It is not there now.
Brian ain't going to lie to me. He ain't going to lie to me. Adult leashes. Keisha, if you look at my Amazon search, this is what it is. It's for Scooby.
John in Nashville.
And they have them too.
Is next. What's up, John? Good morning.
Well, good morning. What's going on, guys?
Good morning, John.
I just want to know if what y'all's take on if Love was still available at 4, would they have took Tate?
I just brought that up. Like, John, I'll be lying to you if I said yeah.
They took him over Reese, and he was available at 4. And everybody thought they was going to go edge.
Yep.
And then I got one more take for y'all. Do y'all think they should have traded back and took the 12 and 20 and then traded with Buffalo and got the 31? Because that would have been 3 picks in the top first round.
The Cowboys did they move back?
Thanks, John. I appreciate the call.
What was the move that the Cowboys made?
Moved up one spot to 11. I don't think Dallas was offered.
I don't think so
because they got the guy, and Jerry said it last night. He was like, getting Caleb Downs was reward for us waiting.
Yeah.
They were really happy with Caleb Downs, and why wouldn't they be? They got one of the most sure things of the entire draft with the 11th pick. I never felt like the trade back thing was all that realistic. Who would they have been trading up to get? Probably Arvell Reese if a team was trading up. But again, opinions I think are kind of split on what Arvell Reese is. And the New York Giants are making him an off-ball linebacker.
Exactly.
You're probably not trading up for an off-ball linebacker. No, I don't think that's guaranteed. And I think Kansas City was going to take Carnell Tate if he'd gotten to 9. And I'm not so sure he would have gotten past Cleveland or Washington, to be quite honest with you, had you made a deal with Kansas City, let's say. Let's say KC's the team that comes up and takes their guy since they traded. I don't think he gets past Washington at the very least. And the question on Love, listen, like before the draft, I would have told you, yeah, they like Jeremiah Love over Carnell Tate, but I also didn't think they were going to take Carnell Tate. So Mike Borgonzi played his cards really close to the vest. And anybody out there that's pretending to know in their heart of hearts what he would have done with truth serum, I just think's lying. And so I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that I can say with any level of confidence what Mike Borgonzi was going to do, because Mike Borgonzi did 2 things that I didn't expect him to do yesterday. He drafted a receiver at 4, and he traded up into the back of the first round. So maybe I need to be more plugged in. But I don't think it's a me thing, because Peter Schrager was way off on what Mike Borgonzi was going to do. I have no clue.
Almost everybody we talked to that we feel like if it sat down and had interviews with Mike Borgonzi and Robert Saleh all didn't have this one on their radar. They hit it well. And the other side, though, too, who was it, John or Josh that called in and asked that question a second ago? My brother. We'll never get that answer moving forward.
John.
Like, that's the other part as well. Like, the sale now from the Tennessee Titans perspective on if Jeremiah Love had been there, you'll never get the truth behind that one. So that's that to me is the beauty behind this process is they're going to love who they pick at this position right now. And all you can do is watch from a distance. If you got, game day to watch the Arizona Cardinals and see what Jeremiah Love does. Period.
I think on line 3 this says Gorilla.
Is it if it ain't Big Glow out of Memphis?
Gorilla? Hello?
Yo.
What's up?
Yo.
What's going on?
What's going on? Man, it's Gorilla. Gorealla. Not like the mammal, but like the man.
Gorilla. Yes, sir. Good morning.
Okay.
Hey, check this out, fellas. This is what I'm standing on, right? You know, this fan base, man, bless our hearts. The only success that we've ever really seen with an offense is through the running game. So we were excited about possibly pairing a running back with Cam Ward. It gives us that dynamic duo that we're used to. We're not used to having a high-flying, powerful, offense that throws the ball, all the above. I think that's what this team has pivoted to. I believe that Jeremiah Love possibly could have been our number 1 pick, but guys, let's get realistic. He got picked up by the Cardinals. Done deal. Their contingency plan was Tate. Now, what I will say is I like the way that Bergonzi is structuring the team.
Yeah.
He's a day 1 starter in this system. Not only that, but future-wise. Sitting with a Calvin Ridley, getting his game better, route running, and then the defensive player we've taken, man.
Keldrick.
I seen him and Jeffrey Simmons, conversing with each other after he was picked. Man, this kid, I believe, is going to be awesome. And here's the beautiful thing about Faulk, is we don't have to put him out there automatically. Look at that room,
That's true.
wealth of knowledge that's going to be in that room. We have built this team for the next 8 years with these 2 draft picks. We're talking about possibly having individuals that will live out their rookie contracts and then re-sign these guys if they're not just out the roof. That's the thing I'm hoping is that we keep these guys that we have picked up. I think it's a slam dunk. My heart was broken when Love went off the board.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I have another team that I hate, and that is Arizona. I just left Arizona about 3 weeks ago. F Arizona. But guys, I believe that we knocked it out the park with Tate. We have a quarterback, a young receiver that's going to grow together.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that a lot. We have not seen that, and I believe that Cam Ward's propensity to raise the level of play around him. Just look at the guys he had last year that kind of came on a little bit, Jefferson. I'll hang up and listen to you guys. I'm excited about what Bergon.
Thank you for the call.
Appreciate you, man.
We appreciate the call. We got a
Gorilla.
lot of folks on the line. We got to keep
good
moving.
right there. I got to give it to you. That was a solid take.
Yeah, I think it's
Solid
fair.
take. Yeah.
We've wired our brains to be a running back focused fan base, and it's okay to have a number 1 wide receiver.
It's crazy, though, too, because that was the whole Brian Callahan side that everybody was excited about was, now we're going to go through the air. Well, you also needed weapons to go through the air as well, and now you got a young, talented guy, as Gorilla said, with Cam. There's growth there, potential.
I've seen the video in question. This isn't that bad.
It ain't that bad.
No, he's just loving
He
it.
just hugs him.
Yeah.
I thought he jumped on his back.
I thought he was trying to go for a
No,
ride.
he just Keldrick Faulk.
But he's
hugged
like
him
hugging
back.
a tree, though. He's like just reaching
Well,
way
it's
up there.
Keldrick Faulk. He's 6'6", 274.
I think that's just what the call
What
is
is he
getting at.
supposed to do?
I get it. Brian,
No, this isn't bad at all.
He
I
hugged
would
him
tell you
4
if it's
times,
bad.
though.
I did find a leash, though, if we needed future endeavors.
Well, then there are other people that I don't know.
Is it Titans branded? Because that's probably the only thing he wears.
Jeremy in Nashville up next. Good morning, Jeremy.
What's up, Jeremy?
Hey, good morning, guys. What's going on?
Not much. Good morning.
I just wanted to add what you were talking about, Will, earlier about making it work with who you pick.
Yeah.
The NFL is such a tight game from the top to the bottom. When you pick these guys, you have to try to put them into your system, whether you think they're going to try to, be a help of a long run. Like the last caller said, these 2 guys could potentially be the future 5 and 7 years down the road. And, with Love going to Arizona, I mean, you look at the way that their season was last year, getting shoved into that running back room with those 2 other guys with Connor and the other fella. Like, to me, that's just, I don't think that's the best situation for him to be set up for success either. Their offense was bad too, and he's not going to go in there and make some sort of significant splash on that team that's going to make them like a legitimate contender next year. They've got a lot of holes like the rest of the teams that picked at the top that they got to try to fix. And I think that with the Faulk kid, if Oladipo shows up and starts to build on what he was doing, it does take a lot of that pressure off of him, and then he can learn. And I think Borgonzi's building for the future, and I'm glad that he's making the decisions and not Brinker anymore. Thank God for that. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Thank you. Appreciate the call, Jeremy.
Chad just called us straight this morning.
Just minding his own business.
Minding his own business.
Putting together a draft board.
Having a second cup of coffee.
It's just a parting shot. Okay. Coming up, rapid fire phones again. Gerardo, Drew, Jonathan, and Chuck are on deck as we continue next.
It's Ramon Foster for Medical House Calls, and you might need to holler at them, man. If you got a little draft hangover on days like today, trying to go into work and keep the excitement up, or go into the weekend, man, because, again, they're healthcare designed for your life with everything that you can need, from primary health, urgent care, IV therapy, and medical weight loss as well. But they're available to you 7 days a week, y'all. That is Monday through Sunday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Same-day appointments are available to you, next day guaranteed as well. And here's the beautiful part about them. They'll come wherever you are. You hit them up. They usually get back to you super fast. They'll set up an appointment, come to wherever you are in Nashville, all around the mid-state, and come service you. I've had them come to my house, and they are really good at it. I had a sickness I felt that was coming on. Hit them up. Didn't need the sickness at the time. Got me on the IV, put all those good vitamins in me, and I was good to go. Knocked it out, to be quite honest with you. I caught it early. But if you're feeling fatigue, persistent illness, injuries, you can get everything done with Medical House Calls. And I genuinely do suggest these folks to you because they're good and they're very professional about their job. The website is medicalhousecalls.com, or you can call or text them at 615-838-2375.
Ramon Will continues on 104.5 The Zone, reacting to night 1 of the NFL draft. We've got names for you for night 2. Names of interest for the Titans coming up here in 15 minutes. But we go back to the phones where Gerardo in Amarillo is back with us. What's up, Gerardo?
What up, Gerardo?
What up, y'all? Hey, I honestly, so just to touch on real quick what Cousin P was speaking about, Coach Saleh possibly not having to stay in that first pick. I don't know, man. I think his body language and the way he was the most excited in the room to speak with them with the Carnell Tate phone call. I don't know, man. I think it spoke volumes that he was either trying to do Dable a favor. It was like, hey, let's get you. You did me a solid, agreeing to come with me and start this new chapter. I'm gonna get you your first weapon for Cam, no matter what. And then he was gonna go ahead and take that second pick for his side of it, but. It's just hard not to be optimistic and excited, guys. It's you look at how big these guys up in the defensive front is going to be with Big Jeff 6'4", JFN 6'4", Keldric 6'6", Jermaine Johnson 6'4". Then you got Fanny, of course, is a freaking beast. I mean, these guys they're going to be monsters up front. I really believe it. And then two big things that I've noticed with these two picks is the type of environment that Gonzi is building in that locker room.
Yeah.
They're two high character guys is what I noticed, man. You look at Keldrick's, I don't know if y'all saw that story he did with he used some of his NIL money to help on one of his walk-on teammates.
Did.
And then you look at Tate, man, you could just tell he's like a academic All-American. That just speaks volumes for somebody who was a receiver. These are two young guys, but super mature, man. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do on the first year. It's two good picks. I don't see what the negativity is about. It's a good step in the right direction, guys.
For sure.
Appreciate the call. Thanks, Gerardo. Yeah, to your point, if you've not heard the story, Keldric Faulk donated part of his NIL earnings to assist a walk-on teammate at Auburn.
Tough. That's dope. That's not normal.
Jonathan's in Union City up next. Good morning, Jonathan.
What's up, Jonathan?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Great.
We're good.
Hey, first of all, I have to back that statement from Gorilla. New team to hate, Arizona, because they took my player. Also, it was good meeting y'all last night. Ramon, thanks for the picture if you remember me.
No doubt. You didn't tell me you was from Union City.
Yeah, I'm from Union City.
West Tennessee representative out here, man. Appreciate you coming out.
Sure. But anyways, Jeremiah Love was my first choice. I hated that he was gone, but the Tate pick, I'm not mad about.
Okay.
I like that the Titans really focused on the offense to help Cam Ward out, so I'm not mad about that pick. Now the second pick, I'm kind of iffy about. I don't know if Faulk was the right pick, because I felt like we needed more speed on the edge than power, because I felt like we did enough in free agency to be able to get that power. But I don't know what kind of I've seen a little bit of Robert Saleh's defense, and I've always saw that he usually has some kind of speed guy also, but we're lacking that right now.
Sure.
No doubt.
Yep.
We'll discuss that.
Appreciate the call, Jonathan.
Appreciate it, Jonathan.
Thanks
good
for chiming in.
too, man.
Yeah, good to meet you last night, man. I do think a speed rusher is still needed. I do. I think right now you're asking a lot of Femi Oladejo to be that, along with Jermaine Johnson. Jacob Martin. There as well, a 6-sack guy.
No doubt.
But, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see them double dip Ramon at edge this weekend.
I do think you'll see this team be more of a flush type of defense, though, too.
What do you mean by
up
flush?
The middle. Like, there's like speed and power up front with this group that I don't think we're paying attention to. We're trying to get speed from these guys. Like, legitimately, like, looking at this group, like Jordan Elliott, John Franklin Meyer, Isaiah, like, just this group has guys that can push the pocket. Solomon Thomas is a explosive player up the middle. Like, the rotation won't be big, is what I'm getting into you as far as, like, that group goes. Like, it'll be effective with the way I see this group and know Robert Saleh's style of defense to play. You're trying to get the quarterback off his spot is the way I view this group coming forward, and there'll be growth for guys.
Back to the phone. Chuck is in Gallatin. Good morning, Chuck.
Morning, Chuck.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
How are y'all?
Good.
We're solid.
Oh, come on, guys. Y'all don't know me.
Come on, Chuck.
Fantastic.
I've done had 4
Stupendous.
cups of coffee. I've done got wired up.
Yeah.
And all these folk talking. I just had to jump in. I got my foot caught in the bear trap, if you know what I mean.
Come on.
But here in Tennessee, let me say this. Josh Heupel and his coaching staff was recruiting Carnell Tate. Now, come on now.
There it is.
Go Vols in the state of Tennessee, brother.
There it is, Chuck.
Why? Because the #1 volunteer is Jesus.
There it is, Chuck.
Can I get an amen, brother?
Yes, sir. I'm going to pass the plate around, Will. I got you in here. Don't you worry about it. And get your foot out that bear trap. You hear me?
Get your coffee. Lock your windows, close the doors, hold on tight. Pull them seatbelts tight. Wait a minute, I got to stop and pull over.
We gotta roll then, Chuck, if you got to stop and pull over.
Thank you, Chuck. Appreciate the call.
You have until the police got on you real quick. Cousin Pete, man, for that, man.
We got loaded phone lines, Chuck, but we appreciate you. Hallelujah. We went from Carnell Tate was recruited to Tennessee to Jesus was the first volunteer. I don't even think there's anything else we need to add. Let's go to Drew at McMinnville. Drew, can you top that?
Drew?
I don't know if I can top that.
Okay, try.
That's pretty good. Amen, brother.
Hallelujah, brother.
Boys, I don't know if y'all remember, but when I called in after Robert Saleh got hired, I was ready to run through a wall.
Yeah.
Well, line up that wall.
Okay.
Line up the wall. We went and got a dog at wide receiver. We need to play. Throw me the ball. I'm open. I'm going to catch it, wide receiver, and that's what Cam Ward needs.
Yeah.
Now our wide receiver room is stacked.
Yeah.
And our defensive line is going to be powerful. Them boys is big. Them boys is physical. They finna get after some quarterbacks. And when you put Keldric Faulk out there with the vets that he's going to be out there with and the coaching that he's going to get, he's going to develop like they think he's going to develop. There's a reason they traded up to get him.
Yeah.
Because Saleh sees something in him that he thinks he can get the most out of. And I'm happy. I'm not a big fan of us getting rid of that 101 to go back to the 160s. That's, only having 2 picks today, that kind of bothers me, but it cancels out because we got 2 yesterday. But we still need to address the interior offensive line, and we still got some other needs, maybe another corner, maybe another edge rusher. But I'm happy. I'm excited. Tighten up, baby. Let's go.
There it is.
Appreciate you, Drew. Thanks for the call.
I was ready to line up against you.
Titans do have 3 fifth-round picks, so there is a gap between 69 and 142. But at the moment, they are scheduled to pick at 142, 144, and 165. If they have someone they really like in the 4th round, they can go get a 4th round back. They're not at the top anymore, but you got 3 5s, 2 6s, and a 7. Ramon, with how full this roster already is, to be quite honest with you, I don't foresee them using all of those picks. If I had to guess, I think they're going to move some of them around to move up and get someone that they want. And I think especially, too, with the way this draft is, and Borgonzi said it a week ago in his press conference, NIL has weakened day 3.
Yes, it has.
And NIL has weakened the 7th round specifically. You're going to get similar quality in undrafted free agents as you are in the 7th round of the NFL draft. So you've got maneuverability and you have Will Levis.
No doubt about it. You do. You still have him as well. And again, when you look at this team and how they've drafted so far, Will, I think you've said it. They got a lot of everything. I know everybody's worried about the interior offensive lineman. I appreciate you guys for loving my old position, okay? But going into this year 2 for Cam, I personally would hope they're not going to be flagrant and not addressing it, either through a veteran that's unsigned right now or through this draft. So I ain't trying to ease your thought process into this, but that has been a main conversation. We should have got it. We need this in the 2nd round and all that type of stuff. I'm not going to minimize guards because that's a premium position now in the NFL. Sure. I got a feeling it will be addressed. It might not be what you like, but this offense isn't a big one-on-one style of protection. It is group protection, slide protection, right, play action, pocket movement, and stuff like that. Not saying you can hide a guy, but you can hide a guy.
Coming up Names to know tonight for the Tennessee Titans in the third round after this.
.902, good morning, live from the Circus Sports at the Mid-Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. The Tennessee Titans select wide receiver Carnell Tate out of Ohio State with the 4th overall draft pick in the first round of the NFL draft. Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles both still on the board, but quarterback Cam Ward gets a new target on offense in Tate, who caught 51 passes for 875 yards and 9 touchdowns in 2025. But then the Titans weren't done, making a late trade back into the first round with the Buffalo Bills, sending pick 35, 66, and 101 to Buffalo for the pick 31, 69, and 165. With that 31st pick, the Titans selected defensive end Keldrick Faulk out of Auburn, a third-team All-SEC performer in 2025. Faulk started all 12 games, tallied 29 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and also had 30 pressures in the season. Fernando Mendoza went first overall to the Las Vegas Raiders, followed by David Bailey to the Jets, Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals, and Arvell Reese went fifth to the Giants to round out that top 5. You can tune in to Titans Radio's continued coverage of the NFL Draft tonight with rounds 2 and 3 starting at 6 o'clock right here on 104.5 The Zone. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Ramon Will on 104.5 The Zone, hour number 4 on Friday. Ron Slay will be here in 15 minutes. Justin Hawkins is our producer. 615-737-1045 is the number. 60 minutes left before Ramon and I hang out for 3 more hours tonight.
I'm tired of hanging with you, Will.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody.
Me. That's who.
Oh, okay. I'll take it.
I ruined your joke. Go ahead, start it.
Who's got it better than Ramon and I? Nobody. All right.
I just had my first cup of coffee. We good to go now.
Just now?
Just now.
Huh?
I've been running off. I told you. I caught up on sleep earlier this week. I told you I got into bed at like 8:30, dog.
Goodness.
Like screw stand. Like I used to.
But not last night.
Not last night. No,
we were on air at 8:30.
Man, this is the life I've lived. Do you hear me? Up late, up early. We do this. We do this, man.
You're
Allison
better than
come
me.
in here. Big boss Allison come in here talking trash today, man. I had to go put her in the headlock. I see what this is right now.
All right. Day 2 names, Ramon. If I were to tell you that the board falls perfectly at pick 69, who are you taking in a perfect world, best case scenario, the way the board currently sets up for the Titans right now with their next pick being in round 3 at pick 69?
It would have to be Anthony Hill Jr. probably.
Ooh, okay.
I want to put one of the guards in this conversation, but I got a feeling they'll have an answer for that. Basante's still on the board.
Chase Basantes is still on the board. I would be flabbergasted if he was at pick 69.
He is super light on his feet, which can be a good thing and also be a bad thing for how teams view his ability to anchor. Pregnon.
Emmanuel Pregnon, the guard from Oregon. I think he's off the board too.
They stole my guy, Keelan Rutledge.
Man, I will say this. That is one pick that it probably is a bit of a reach on paper.
No doubt.
But I'm not excited to play Keelan Rutledge twice a year as a Houston Texan. The
No
guard
doubt.
from Georgia Tech by way of MTSU.
Yes.
He's a good football player.
Real good football player.
He will
man.
walk into that offensive line room and maybe be the best offensive lineman the Texans have. Pretty quickly upon entering the offensive line room and getting fitted for his helmet.
That's kind of about
which
as
isn't
far
Oiler
as,
blue, by the way.
It's probably about as far as I go, though, with trying to predict where you want to go on there.
Well, you're not lying because last night, Carnell Tate was the pick at 4, and I don't think any of us really saw that coming.
And we also just acknowledge as well, though, too, this draft run of offensive linemen, edge, non-premium positions, I would even throw tight end, running back, and friggin' safety in there. And nobody expected Chris Johnson as well to be that high up. It's giving you a good lay of the land for a lot of quality on the backside of this thing.
Sure. 3HL will have both Carnell Tate and Keldrick Faulk on their airwaves today.
Savage. This is just what y'all do, and I love this. Do you hear me?
That's exactly right.
That's going to be a good conversation. I can't wait to hear the Boom Boom Room from Savage.
2 Boom Boom Rooms on Friday of the draft.
That's on a Friday. Can you even handle that?
Well, Ron Slay will join us in about 10 minutes, so we'll ask him if he can handle it.
I got him donuts, too.
Then he'll be able to handle it.
He'll be able to handle it.
Excited to listen to that. All the shows at Titans House today as well. Buck Rising Show, Cover 2 and 3HL from Titans House. Ramon and I will be back on air tonight together at 6 o'clock with Titans radio coverage of rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL Draft with the whole crew, Taylor Zarzer, Amy Wells, Rhett Bryan, and us. Top names on the big board, Jermon McCoy from Tennessee, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, the safety from Toledo, who is Daniel Jeremiah's number 15 prospect in this thing, Denzel Boston, the wide receiver from Washington, and TJ Parker, the edge from Clemson. Some of the names to know here at the very top. For me, Ramon, some names at 69. I'll start with Kyle Lewis, the linebacker / safety from Pittsburgh. Kyle Lewis is a bit of an acquired taste because he played star linebacker in Randy Bates' scheme at Pittsburgh. He is a high school safety. He is a hybrid safety and linebacker. I think for this defense, he couldn't be a more perfect fit for what Mike Borgonzi's looking for in a big nickel. I don't think that starter is on the team at the moment, although I do think James Williams is also on paper a good fit for that. So I would like Kyle Lewis at 69. Caleb Tiernan, the guard / tackle from Northwestern, I think is an interior offensive line option.
He is.
6'7", 323. He started at right tackle opposite of Peter Skoronski as a redshirt freshman when Peter was at Northwestern at left tackle. He is Dane Brugler's number 8 tackle prospect, but he does have 32.25-inch arms, a little bit shorter arms, 35.5-inch vertical at 6'7", 323.
Come on now.
Big athlete, senior captain, has never played guard. I think you'd be willing to maybe take a flyer on him in the third round if you liked the projectability and if he is still there and gets to that point. The two other offensive linemen we've spoken a lot about, Sam Heck from Kansas State, 6'4", 303, a little bit undersized, center. 99% of his college snaps come at center, so he's likely a center. A bit more of a soft-spoken guy, but he's just got really good technique, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Not someone who's a big mauler. He's just solid.
Yes.
And a 2-year starter at Kansas State and Matt Wells' scheme for the Wildcats.
And that's what you're getting yourself into, is trying to find guys that are solid. You go over and beyond, above average, way above average when you find those special gems, but those don't come when you're trying to build up a team initially. And I think that's the take that I have from how Borgonzi and them have set up this offseason and just the way this draft has kind of set itself up as well.
Dalen Everett is a corner from Georgia, I think makes sense for the Titans. Here in round 3, top 50 run defender per PFF. You know Robert Saleh is going to like that. Ranked 69th on Daniel Jeremiah's big board, 98th on Dane Brugler's big board. Never met his potential as a 5-star, but he is long and he is quick. 6'1", 196, 31 7/8-inch arms, 4'3", 840 at the NFL Combine for Dalen Everett. And we know how Mike Borgonzi in this front office likes long, fast corners. 2 other names for you while I'm just clipping them off
right
here.
now.
Takario Davis, the corner from Washington, is another long, fast corner at 33 3/8-inch arms, 6'3", 194, 4'4", 140, 37-inch vertical at 6'3", 194. I think is a legitimate option. He was flagged for pass interference 4 times in 7 games last year. A little bit handsy, but he's long and fast. And anytime you see a long and fast corner, think Titan. And then Logan Jones. I know the fan base likes Logan Jones. He's a center from Iowa. What's there not to like?
Right.
Gave up 1 sack over his junior and senior seasons, won the Remington Trophy as the nation's top center this past year. 4-year starter at Iowa, 6'2", 299. He's a corn-fed Iowa center. What's not to love? 4'9", 40, 173, 10-yard split at 6'2", 299. He's just solid. He's a little undersized. Mm-hmm. He's the Tyler Linderbaum mold, Ramon. Just a little bit less polished overall as a prospect of that same type.
That's what I was going to say about him. I like the prospect, just don't know if he fits this scheme. I feel like they're going big. They're going wide body guys, taller dudes in this scheme, unless you feel like you can surround him and protect him.
Will from the Ville.
Yes, sir. Will from the Ville.
To give his thoughts on the draft. What's up, Will from the Ville?
Will?
Hey, good morning, fellas. Good morning, Will. Good morning, Big Mom.
What's going on, baby? What you got for us this morning, man?
Oh, man, you know I was sick when I seen the Cardinals grab Love, but I just thought about it. Financially, it doesn't make the most sense because if we do get Love in that spot, he makes just barely under Jonathan Taylor. and he hadn't took a snap yet. And we see what Jonathan Taylor does each and every year, and he's a phenomenal running back. And at a place where we got Tate, with the money that we're going to pay him, it's like a midline receiver, and he could be a number one. So it makes sense for the next 2 years, I guess, mathematically-wise, which I did want Love. I was shocked that we picked Tate, but once Love is off the board, you got to go with the next best thing that fits your team and maybe not the best player. So I think Tate fits our team. We help Cam Wood out and hope we make the team a better team.
No doubt. Appreciate that, man. I see you
Will.
later, Dan. Will from the Ville, baby.
Good to hear from you.
Love hearing his voice.
I listen to y'all every morning, love the show, and go keep listening. Y'all keep holding it down.
No doubt. Love you,
Thank you,
family.
Will. Appreciate the call.
The contract side for Carnell Tate, though, makes sense if you're looking at the economics, for sure. It is, wide receiver 2 money for a rookie. And I think as a rookie, I think that's been the mindset of the old vets of this league when guys were coming in. Matthew Stafford getting $72 million in his rookie year or whatever it was, or Bradford, which who it was. He got to grow.
Let's go to Jacob in Knoxville up next. What's up, Jacob?
Tennessee. What up, Jacob?
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yep.
Hey, I like the draft overall for the Titans. I know that Tate raised some eyebrows going that high, but I like this guy. I like that he's almost at 80% catch rate of throws over 20 yards, or over 12 yards, which tells me that this guy moves the sticks, and he's productive. He high points the ball. He's physical. He gets off press coverage, and I like his overall size. What I do have a question about, though, is Faulk's lack of production. If I told you the Titans were going to draft a guy in the first round and he had 2 sacks, what would you say there? 2 sacks. Where's the beef? Where's the production?
Sure.
But I like it. I like it overall. Here in Knoxville, man, the Titans have got a great reception to the new color schemes, the jerseys. They look great. Good. And can't wait for the stadium to. And I like the 2030 Super Bowl rumors.
Yes,
that little window where you could get the billionaires in there and not see all the construction cones. Bring it on. Tighten up, baby.
There it is.
Thank you for the call, Jacob. On the production side for Keldrick Faulk, that is his con. That is his red flag or yellow flag. Specifically, he had 2 sacks last season on 30 pressures. In 2024, he had 11 TFLs and 7 sacks. 10 sacks in 3 college seasons, 19.5 tackles for loss. How much does that matter to you, Ramon, when looking at a defensive line or edge prospect?
You're looking at the tape of what he's able to do, too. That team, again, defensively, they held his own, but it was a bad-led team when it come down to coaching and leadership and the amount of coaches that he had seen while on the job there as well. I look at his tape. He's violent at the line of scrimmage. He's long. He has the ability to grow. Do you want him to be, in, I guess, a college number is 8 sacks on his number? Yeah. But guess what? You wouldn't have had the ability to go get him at that point, too. So there's the college, and then there's NFL as well. Look at that. I was a better NFL player than I was college. I know numerous guys that have been great college players and fizzled out in the NFL. So it's a matter of set up from your coaches, I'll continually say, and how you continue to work as a pro. I mean, again, not to push the narrative, but A.J. Brown was a second-round pick. Derrick Henry was a second-round pick. Sure. He was worthy. He was a Heisman winner at Alabama.
My former high school classmate, Dawson Knox, had 0 touchdown catches in his life until the NFL.
So what does it mean?
And he's the best example of it.
And by the way, I'm not minimizing your point. I'm just making the point about college to the NFL. I can project what you look like.
The 2025 alignment outside the tackle, meaning the amount of wide pass rushes that Keldrick Faulk had, he was only outside the tackle for 60% of his pass rushes. Cassius Howell was 100%. R. Mason Thomas, 88%. David Bailey, 88%. Akeem Essador, 84%. You have guys, T.J. Parker, 93% of the time was outside the tackle. So what I would tell you is part of the production is because of how they used Keldrick Faulk. They put him over the center. They put him over the guard. They asked him to rush from the interior, and that is a tougher place to get sacks. Let's quickly go to T-Mac in the borough before Slay gets here. What's up, T-Mac?
What up, T-Mac?
Hey, how y'all doing, man?
Good. Good morning.
Yes, sir. So listen, man, I was very shocked when Arizona got Jeremiah Love. Because I'm over here thinking, like, y'all grabbing a running back. Y'all don't even have a quarterback. What are y'all doing?
It's true.
And it does seem like I'm glad they got Carnell Tate, but it did feel like a bit of a reach, and it kind of felt like the Titans was thrown off guard when Arizona took Jeremiah Love, and it kind of felt like, man, we can't let another one get away, so let's go ahead and take Carnell Tate right now before somebody else get him. Did it kind of feel like that to y'all?
No, I felt like the way you categorized it, I think it was more surprise than it was reach, T-Mac, to be quite honest. I think most people were more surprised than it being a reach because he's the number one wide receiver.
I tell you, T-Mac, they are so prepared for every single contingency plan that I don't think there's much outside of like Michael Penix going where he did that's going to surprise teams around the league.
Yeah.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
T-Mac, I thought we had something.
Ron Slade joins us coming up next.
United Structure Systems isn't just another repair company. They're your local foundation and waterproofing experts. They live here, they work here, and they understand exactly how Tennessee soil, the weather, and homes behave, good people. They've been trusted in Tennessee since 1994. They got homeowners all across the state of Tennessee that they've serviced, more than 30,000 to be exact, man, that have trusted USS. That experience means they've seen every type of problem our homes face, and they know how to read those signs as well, because every crack or leak, it tells a story. And USS knows how to read those signs. It could be foundation settlement, basement water intrusion, crawl space moisture issues, and just a lot of no guesswork from USS, just expert diagnosing from the people who know Tennessee homes. And here's the thing, too. Their engineering solutions, they last. Their repair solutions are engineered to stand up to the local conditions. They got an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. And here's the cool part about them. They also have transferable lifetime warranties, which means if you sell your home, guess what? That warranty goes with the new homeowner as well. That's some stuff that you can trust and live by right there. So to get your free home inspection, head over to USSTN.com. That's USSTN.com.
Ramon Will on 104.5 The Zone, hour 4 on Friday. We got 2 more days of draft coming up. It's a beautiful day. And when that music plays, you hear the Tupac. It means Ron Slay's in the building.
You know what time
on a Friday morning.
Ain't even got no fork.
Ramon Foster, Will Bowling.
We ain't that doggone eater friendly around.
We down out here, Dre. That's all they
We
say.
just had a whole box. Oh,
They say we down out here.
What do we need? We need
We
need
had a
headphones?
whole box full of forks, knives, and spoons.
Oh, they're gone now?
Not a damn one is in the doggone
Well,
break room.
it's because we have cups now.
They out here still. Oh, so we get cups, but not the fork, spoons, and
Probably. I don't know.
Ah.
I didn't know.
See, Savage?
My little,
Call balance right there. Yeah, you can't put no headphones on your head. It looks good.
Man, it's coming along, Dre.
It does.
I'm early. I'm in my early stages.
I see the waves.
The car's about to have a roof again.
Well, now that's what everybody better be ready for. I'm telling you right now. Boy, when I get these waves back going, I'm going to be like, they're going to put me on one of these little boxes.
They going to put you on a box?
Yeah, they put me on one of the boxes, Dre. I'm telling you right now.
How about your young nephew growing his back out?
Is he?
He waved up, he got it, and he leaving. And he can 360 waves it. We're going to get Will waves.
He playing. Yeah, Will need to get in there.
Okay. We're going to get you some waves. We're going to put a do-rag on you.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know how to put these things on your ear. I just got to be on
you
back.
need to hear?
I think you may have them on the wrong ears.
Don't do that.
I don't know.
Does he really?
Because of mine, you got to go like around.
You like the Steelers draft pick right now. You picking up the wrong phone line.
Man, we haven't talked about that yet.
Cold.
Who picked up the wrong phone?
The Steelers called Mekhi Lemon and said, we're about to make you a Steeler. And then he said, wait, hold on. Why is Philly calling me? His agent gave him another phone and said, the Eagles just traded up. They're taking you at 20 before the Steelers can get there at 21.
Dogged us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know,
Ain't
like
reality TV.
The way East Coast, West Coast started with Biggie and like Pop. That's what that did. That's the Pennsylvania beef right there.
There's never been a more Howie Roseman moment ever.
That. Like, he traded with the Cowboys on top of that, too.
Uh-huh. He sure did.
Howie, what the hell?
He sure did.
Like, he might not have fleeced the Cowboys, but he damn sure fleeced the Steelers.
Somebody got fleeced.
Yeah.
Somebody got fleeced.
You got to work it now?
No, I can hear though.
You can hear?
Okay.
My little ears don't even trip over my ears.
Remember the air test we used to take in elementary school?
I know.
Man, I used to hate them little beeps. I used to lie.
Did you?
I used to lie about the beep. Because I don't understand why I'm sitting in here. Like, come on, man. Let me go back to class.
I had to make sure you can learn. I had to make sure you can learn properly.
Well, I couldn't.
College graduate, Ron Slay.
Better believe it, oh, okay.
Now you got us?
Wrap around.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
you got. I have the same style. You go like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
You just got some new UAs? Ultimate Ears? Or UEs? Which one is it, Will?
Now, these ain't the
you're right.
official Papa Bowlings, though.
Oh, I thought them was a Papa Bowlings.
Now, these are knockoff Bowlings right here.
I gotta go get mine fixed again.
These are swap meet bowlings.
Oh,
Yeah, there you
well,
go.
listen, they serve a purpose too. I wish you would
You've
try to be better.
You've heard of Ray-Bans. What about Fay-Bans? You've heard of Oakleys. Folkleys.
I'm be real. These could go out at any moment.
Say that
in high
carefully.
school, we took a trip to New York. I bought me a Folex, okay? I was
Oh,
out here.
yeah, I got Fay-Bans and Folkleys.
You do?
I felt like I was doing a drug deal.
You were.
It was awesome. It was so fun.
Got your little dime bag real quick.
You go in Soho and it's like walk over to the person by the
Yes.
mailbox
Yeah.
and they'll give you your glasses.
They got plenty for you.
Give me $20. And I was like, what about 15? And they were like, that'll be fine.
Well, give me what you got.
I felt so cool.
Treat him like
I felt
big
way
worm.
cooler than I was.
Boy, what the freak you want?
Yeah. Well, what you want?
I just wanted to negotiate. I don't know.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You got it done.
Let's go to Mike in Cleveland real quick. I want to get Slay's thoughts on the picks after that. What's up, Mike? Welcome.
You better hit that horn, too. I go my dog.
There he is. What's up, Michael?
Yeah, what up? Hey, I'm happy to be on with Slay because Slay, you know I got a question for you. You know I got a
What's
question.
up?
That'll be basketball, too.
It ain't basketball, but I got a
Go
song
Hawks.
on my album that talks about blocks. You know what I'm saying? Have you heard my album? Slay?
No, and guess what? Guess what I'm gonna do, Mike? Because this your second time asking me. Guess what I'm doing when I get in the truck? Putting it on.
What?
I'm putting it on.
Yeah.
I'm putting it on.
Yeah.
You got my word.
I want some feedback.
Yeah.
If good or bad.
Don't even trip.
Oh, he'll
I
give
got
it to you.
You can text me. You can put it on Twitter. You can dog me on Twitter. That's how confident I am because you're not gonna dog me.
That's too real.
Let me give you one song suggestion while I got you. Put one song suggestion. The first song the first song, Spirit Bread, is hard.
Mm-hmm.
But start with thanks to him. Thanks to him.
Hallelujah.
That's the one I'm going to. Thanks to him.
And you know he got some 12s in the truck, too. It better bang.
It better bang.
Put on thanks to him, bro. Put it on, bro.
Okay.
Put it
All right,
on.
that's enough of your Friday promo,
no
man.
more.
Go on, get up out of here.
All right,
You call him for a different topic. You got Draft and Tate on your doggone subject feed. No, man. Come on down.
Look, okay, let me get to it. That's why I'm calling. That's really why I'm calling. I just called to back my dude Brian up. Brian that's the only reason I'm confident about Tate is because my dude D. Brian has been saying all off season that's who the pick needs to be. Me, I think it's a reach, you know what I'm saying? But because my dude been on him since, and he been right just about every year that we've been in the chat together, man, hey, that's what got me a little bit more confident in this pick. It's just because my dude, Brian, I give flowers, and I'm giving flowers to my dog. Okay. And you remember that, Slay, when you listen to my album.
Get your behind off the daggone.
Bye, Mike. Hey, man.
We love Mike.
Nothing wrong with a little promo, man. I'm with my boy. I'm with him, man. He got to the point there, he brought it right back to it.
Do what you want when you pop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, got an album on iTunes out here. So does Baby Ball.
iTunes. What year is it? iTunes.
What I say?
It's not been iTunes for like 10 years.
Since when?
For since Apple Music started in 2015.
I thought it was the same. Don't give me the listen. I'm way behind. Don't even trip on me.
Boy, I tell you, I see why parents were like, "Can you come fix this for me, baby?"
Yeah.
Like, I get it now.
Because I ain't got no clue.
I ain't got no time to be
somebody
keeping up.
switching the HDMI to HDMI 1.
I keep saying again, I'm not going to baggy clothes either.
Don't do it.
Nope.
Slay, what do you think of the
Going
picks?
Man, you know what? Willie, I'm okay with the pick. Was I caught off guard? Absolutely. I'd be lying through my teeth if I said I wasn't caught off guard by the pick. But I'm going to go back to probably about 3 weeks ago. We was having this conversation because we had to have these conversations because it just kept going on and on and on about the same 5 players. My thought was if you were not able to go get Jeremiah Love, which they weren't, and you went and got a receiver, what you're doing and what you're telling me is the responsibility and accountability is on the shoulders of your number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Cam Ward. It's Savage talked about it last year throughout the season. Other people said the same. Dog, at some point, you have to elevate guys around you. If you are that guy, and you're tabbed that guy as the number 1 overall pick in the entire NFL draft, it's that time. You know what I'm saying? So it's you do have the mulligans with different OCs, different O-line coaches, guys being hurt, you know what I mean, a new head coach coming in. All of that counts. But at the same time, you got to go and show progress. And the progress is making guys better around you. You do have the guys that give the effort, as we saw in Alec Ayomana. You saw in Christian DK, that is his first name, man.
Chimray.
No, where did I get Christian?
Christian?
I don't know.
No, that's his name.
We're
talking about Christian music.
Mike's album. Yep,
Yeah.
that's all it was.
I'm working with
Went in there. There you go, Mike. Shout out to you.
That's the third promo.
But DK was another one. Like, you got the guys that's going to go out there and do the work, you know what I mean, and make themselves get the best out of them. So now it's up to you. You got to be able to go out there and elevate guys. You got Wan'Dale Robinson. You got Calvin Ridley. All these guys to follow. Carnell Tate. Here it is. Regardless if he's a 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
He is a top 10 talent. However you want to cut it. Now, you got to go out and show. And if you don't show, then it comes back on you.
It's on the quarterback.
Yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We know what Dabo can do. We saw it. Like, he wanted Cam.
Yeah.
We saw what he did with Jackson Dart. And I think Cam has way more potential and a higher ceiling than Jackson Dart.
Right.
So,
Yeah, me too.
here you go. You know what I mean? He shows what he can do. Bully made a great point, what he did with Cam Scatterbull. If he can go out there and put him in positions to win, him not being super fast or shifty or anything, but able to be productive, you can do the same thing with Tony Pollard. You can do the same thing with Tajay. You got weapons. So that's I don't care about the offensive line. That'll come along when it comes along. Absolutely. They got to be there. But at the same time, we're not asking them to hold up for 10 seconds either.
It's true.
You got weapons.
Guys can get open.
Get the ball to your weapons.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's why I am with the Carnell Tate. You know what I mean? It's comeback catcher. I mean, hey, it is what it is. It was about 5 guys. I saw, I think it was Savage talked about it. It was 5 guys talked about in this draft. No ifs, ands, or buts. Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, Jeremiah Love, Mendoza, and Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
You got one of the 5.
You got one of the 5.
Case closed.
I agree.
That's kind of the way I look at it as well. Savage, like the other side, though, too, is I thought about this as you were speaking about, the Carnell pick, is this, though, too. For years, I felt like this franchise has been moved by fans.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when they spoke, whether they wanted to listen or not, the reaction or the responses was pro fans.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to that aspect, go do this. And it felt like they've gotten that answer. For the first time, I feel like in a while, this has just been like, nope, this is so unexpected of this team because it was anti what the fan base wanted. And I personally have confidence in that because I've dealt with GMs that have gone what's best for the team. Why you like Kevin Colbert in Pittsburgh? Why'd you get another edge?
Yeah.
Well, you just got one 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because we always need one of those. And Ben, full transparency, Ben would get upset, get livid about I need more help.
Yeah.
You the help.
Yeah. You are the help.
You are the help.
We pay you the help and the franchise money.
If those deep balls are hitting the ground now, it's on Cam Ward.
Come on.
Within reason. Like if he's getting hit, obviously, or if Carnell Tate just drops it. But like that's the whole point is Carnell Tate's not going to drop it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why he's there. Those deep passes that weren't there last year need to be completed now.
Yeah.
When you make a pick like this.
And that's the point of the pick to me. Whether they think it's a reach or not, or you don't like them or you want a Jeremiah Love. Right. And we spoke about how close this offense can be to the line of scrimmage. To your point, again, now I'll say this, and maybe I'm all the way off, but I don't see his offense as Ron Daboll the way we used to be 5-on-5 or 4-on-5. Like this is a slide pro, play action play, move the pocket style of protection. The running back could do numbers for you, but Tony going to be serviceable. They go get somebody else in this draft for free agency as well. So we've spent just numerous hours talking about the experience of Tajay Spears.
Yep.
What kind of year can he have going into his contract year? If that's how you feel about him. So I get it. People were in love with Jeremiah Love, but the draft sets its own table, Savage.
It does. I thought you hit it. I was listening to y'all coming in. I thought you hit it on the head just thinking about conversations that we had. I think the biggest thing was the Titans never said like they were going to get Jeremiah Love. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the fan, like you said, that was the fans, and sometimes the fans can be loud enough, and especially when there's enough tradition behind it, to say running back belongs here. You know what I mean? With the history of the Earl Campbells, so forth and so on. Like, yeah, you would think, okay, you got an opportunity to go get that. But it seems, and according to all these mock drafts, the Titans got who they wanted to go get. Who said they didn't want Carnell Tate? Because it was other guys. Styles was on the board.
He was.
Reese was on the board. Like these dudes on the board. What makes us think for 1 second that they didn't go get who was at the top of their board?
Yeah.
That's the other part. Like, dude, Savage said one time, dog, you keep on, you coach to the fans. You be sitting with the fans. You know what I mean? Go out there, put some product out there that can go win games, man, and everything will take care of itself.
More with Ron Slay when we come back. Maybe a little preview of what to expect in 2 boom boom rooms today.
Ooh, double boom boom rooms.
With Keldrick, Faulk, and Carnell Tate later today for 3HL. A little bit. Plus, Nate Ament going pro. And a big name still on the board for Tennessee Hoops. And a name that just became official for Tennessee Hoops a minute ago that I'll tell you about coming up next.
It's Ramon and Will here for Window Nation. Will, man, spring is here, all right? And it's a great time to open your windows. I tell y'all all the time, I think overseas they call it burping your house, okay? Where you let a little air breathe. Okay. Yeah, just get it in, belch a little bit, get all that old air out and stuff, man. But what if your windows don't open easy, or they leak, or broken, or need repainting again because you are ashamed of how they look at the seal? Well, I'm here to tell you, the pros at Window Nation, man, they can help you get new energy-efficient windows at a great price.
And when you say energy efficient, you're talking about the weather that we also want to keep outside and not let in. Because when it gets hot in the summertime, you're not going to want that hot air inside. You're going to want the cool air from your HVAC system. Well, with Window Nation's The More You Buy, The More You Save sale, you can save up to 50% off all the windows for your home. You can get them with 0% interest financing for 5 years. Keep the air outside when you want it outside with Window Nation. Online at windownation.com. Get 50% off all the windows for your home and get it with 0% interest financing for 5 years. Online at windownation.com. Ramon Will on 104.5 The Zone, wrapping up the show. Coming up, the Buck Rising Show live from Titans House. Cover 2 live from Titans House. And 3HL live from Titans House the rest of the day. As we finish off the show in studio here, Ramon and I headed to the Titans facility to do day 2 of Titans radio draft coverage. Coming up at 6 o'clock. We'll be on air until 9 tonight. Ron Slay is in studio. Are you prepared now for 2 boom boom rooms today, or is that preparation to be done after a daytime nap today?
No, man, you know what? I'm going to finish my preparation after the nap.
Okay.
I did last night. I started on the porch. I as soon as the pick went down, I was like, I got to get on. I got to get to the crib. You know what I mean? I got to get there, get my mind settled. You know what I mean? So I had me a little stick. You know what I mean? Listen to a couple of things, did a little investigation. And it ought to be cool, man. I think both are interesting. Both, it's going to be interesting to see how much both open up. You know what I mean? I think it's always fun to kind of learn about the inner workings of these guys, the things that motivate them, especially the hurdles that they overcame. I always like to dive into the hurdles that were overcome as a teenager.
Yeah.
Like a young kid, like 10 to 15, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
Like, because that right there can kind of mold you, you know what I mean, and make you reflect once you get to this level. Like, I could have did something stupid then. Sure. I did.
This is very true.
The question I do have for you is, do you allow a celebrity question from a fellow Auburn Tiger alum in the boom boom room?
So a lot of times, man, when we get some more dams in there, like Babs is just like busted in the door.
Yeah.
Like, you know, can't hold her out.
Change the combination today?
Treat her like
Can't barricade it, you know what I mean? Like, she's sneaky, get inside, and like, what are you doing here? And then I give her a question. The only problem is, if I give Babsy a question, sometimes Yoro wants to get a question.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then it's like, you know what I mean? Come on, y'all.
And then Zeph's like, hold on, wait a minute.
You know what I mean? Then I got to like get everybody out of the boom boom room, because it's not really the boom boom room then.
Of course. Yesterday, should have named it 3HL and Zeph. Because I want them to talk more.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of you saying that. I said, listen to this.
Give me more of it.
Yeah.
So what we need is Kirby just going to collect everyone's microphones like you do, like when you go to Augusta, you got to put your cell phones in somewhere to go to the Masters. That's just how Kirby's going to take microphones.
We may have to do that. I'm gonna let Babs get a question off though, because that's hometown, man. I ain't mad at her. Plus, she always get the kick in the door and stuff like.
She do.
It's disturbing.
She's a kicker.
Yeah, if you don't let her in, she'll start disturbing it.
You want to said it. Them boots got work on it.
Yeah,
they made for walking. That's just what Babs do.
That's what she do. It is what it is. I understand it. I know what it is.
I love it. I love it.
But it ought to be good though.
It will be. Most definitely.
It'll be good.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So Tennessee basketball lost Nate Ament.
Yep.
To the NBA draft. Does not appear that there is any more consideration of coming back. Seems like he's gone.
Yeah, I don't know where they were getting 16 and 18 from. That just sounds so ludicrous. Like,
I mean, a mock draft?
Yeah, the mock draft.
Right.
Like, come on, what are we talking
Hope
about?
said he heard even second round.
Yeah, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, and whoever put that out, they should be restricted from putting out anything else. Like, come on, dog. Second, 6'10", dude ain't barely 19. Like, come on, dog. What are we talking about?
Averaging almost 17 points this year as well in the SEC.
Well, especially the way that he finished the season.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop
it. Juke Harris, the big name on the board now. Brent Hubs on earlier with us this morning, said attention kind of turns to him now as you look at the next big options left. What kind of impact would he make if Tennessee was able to get that over the line with him, in addition to the moves that they made with Jalen Harrelson becoming official this morning?
Yeah, without Juke Harris, I think Tennessee right now at this moment is a top 10 team, especially if they can go get another athletic big. I think without question, they go get Juke Harris, they top 5. And I'm ready to argue with anybody that want to argue about it. Like, it ain't that's a different addition to this group. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they right back in the fold. Rick continues to do it over and over and over, man. And we continue to say, man, how can you replace all this? You just do it year after year.
The concern was high going into it. And I'll just talk about Kim Caldwell and both of them. Like, does this ease over the Danny White hate, Savage, with what, like, Kim's getting her team together with players that she's picking with some maturity out of the portal as well. And also with Coach Barnes. Like, Danny's kind of answered the call on this one.
Yeah,
Danny
I think
White.
Barnes is fine. I think it's still with Coach Caldwell. It's still going to be sit on your hands and wait and see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like, you're going at the opposite end of the spectrum from where you just went with having the number 1, number 2 class with all of these All-Americans and not being able to make that mesh to now I'm going in the portal with some proven people don't seem as athletic outside of Koulibaly, man, from Auburn. That girl is she's a phenom.
Yeah.
Like, she's so raw, but boy, oh my, she is a problem. Like, she puts you, I could easily see her in a South Carolina jersey. Like, she's one of them players. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
So she's going to be really good. But it's going to be interesting to see how she put it together, how they make it mesh. We can see her collecting the talent. Can they make it mesh?
Yeah.
And everybody be on the same accord?
I loved what Rick Barnes said yesterday when he spoke to the media. He said, we were looking for production over retention.
I don't see how you're wrong.
He's not messing around.
No.
Oh, wow.
No.
He said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah.
Said, we wanted production over just keeping guys for the sake of keeping
I like
guys.
when he do that. I like when he just tell it how it is. That's when we ain't never got to worry about Rick sugarcoating.
No.
There's gonna be a weird little joke in there somewhere, but once you work past that, man, you gonna get the raw.
This was
raw truth.
the
dog.
same press conference where he had the Duck Dynasty guy with him, and he smiled and said, "Look, we got ourselves a shooter." He just looked up, smiling, like, "You get that one."
That's him, dog.
So you literally called it without even knowing that he said that.
That's him, man.
He said, "Yeah, we figure we bring a shooter in." No, but anyway, listen. Here's 5 things wrong with JP Estrella. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. I'm making the joke. He didn't say that part.
That's him.
But he did say the Duck Dynasty thing.
But you know what the other part is too, though, that the grooming and the development that Rick has done. These guys going other places, like Jalen Carey's going to help Missouri. Missouri's come back loaded.
It's a good fit for him.
Going to A&M. That's going to be a great fit for K. Phillips if he can stay healthy. JP Estrella going to Michigan. That's a great fit. Amari Evans going to Texas. Texas is loaded.
Yeah, Texas is going to be good.
Like, the SEC went back and got their stuff in order and said, oh, no, okay, well, we got something for y'all, Big Ten.
So Rick is a development school.
That's what it looked like. Dang. Y'all want him? I got something for you.
I let him go.
One thing I ain't doing is paying. Like, I ain't overpaying. No. We will pay.
Yeah,
we ain't overpaying.
but not overpaying.
I get it. I get it. I totally get it. You know what I mean? You want to be paid off potential of what you could be or what the market looks like. But Rick's saying, man, no, the market is what the production is that you did here.
Yeah.
Not what you did somewhere else.
I don't care about
you know
that.
what I'm saying? Yeah, I just had 2 draft picks come in here and take less than $1 million.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh.
And they both first rounders.
Wow.
And you telling me I'm gonna get? Come on, make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he's saying.
You have said that, though. The finances of this transfer portal is not what everybody's saying it is on the basketball side. And that is a unique stance right there for trying to figure out how you're going to set rosters up.
Yeah. And it's also all about, like, what do you see your projection as, your potential earnings? JP Estrella, your potential earnings are probably not in the NBA, so you need to go strike-wise hot. K. Phillips the same. Jalen Carey the same. Amari Evans, you don't want to wait. Okay, I totally get it. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that do want to say, my potential earnings is the next level of pro, well, let me go develop so when my coach picks up the phone, it's already known this is Rick calling. Okay, that's a foundation set.
Wow.
So it's a little bit different. Yeah.
He is Ron Slay, 3 to 6 today on 3HL with both first-round picks. Good to talk to you.
That's clutch.
Appreciate you.
Down. Appreciate y'all, man.
That's big time. At Titan's house, too, by the way.
Titan's house, y'all tune in, man. Ought to be good conversation.
Monday morning, we'll be back with you. Ramon and I, though, tonight, 6 p.m. on Titans Radio from the Vanderbilt Health Football Center for night 2 coverage of the NFL Draft. We will talk to you then.
And y'all know how on Friday, I clear my throat. Man, call your people, check on your folks, man. Have a random conversation with these folks in these streets, man, because you never know what you're going to learn or figure out about anybody, man. Buy somebody a random drink, but y'all know how we do. Make it back to us on Monday in ELE, man. Everybody love everybody. Bert, we love you, too, in the chat, man. I see you working while not working. Yeah, Bert's in the chat right now.
What up, Bert?
Bert.
My March brother.
Don't do that. Peace.